Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We are here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the box office game this weekend in the Premier League as unbeaten sides in the league go head to head with Spurs welcoming Liverpool. The side under new head coach Ange Postecoglou have started brightly with 4 wins and 2 draws from their opening 6 games in the league. Their last result was a well-fought 2-2 draw at the Emirates, where a Son double gave Tottenham a point against their bitter rivals. For Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, they have just progressed to the 4th round of the League Cup as they defeated Leicester City 3-1 on Wednesday night. And like Tottenham in the league, they are also unbeaten with 5 wins and 1 draw so far this season. In all competitions, the side from the red half of Merseyside are looking for their 8th win in a row in all competitions so far. Alongside that, they are searching for their 18th game in the league without defeat, and their last defeat in any competition was away at Manchester City at the start of April 20 games ago. The head-to-head is strongly in favour of Liverpool, as they are yet to lose in the last 11 in the Premier League against Tottenham Hotspur, with Tottenham's last win coming in October 2017 at Wembley. So for the 182nd meeting between these two sides, will either side fall to their first Premier League defeat of the season? Sorry about that at the end. Can't quite control them, but we have just had another team fall to their unbeaten run, collapsing and fading away as a shock result for Wolves against Manchester City means that it is still Tottenham and Liverpool who remain, 2 of now 3 sides who are yet to lose so far this season. Arsenal are still yet to lose with their 5 wins and 2 draws. Liverpool have not been beaten yet, as I mentioned before, 5 wins, 1 draw. And Tottenham are on 4 wins and 2 draws, no defeats. So we have 3 teams remaining who are yet to lose a game in the Premier League so far this season. Is it a shock that Manchester City fell to Wolverhampton Wanderers away? Probably, but that is just the Premier League perfectly summarised in every way. Yeah, just hold on, just 1 minute. So, some big results though as well so far. A lot of goals. Where the main result and the shock result for sure was the one at half 12 where Aston Villa beat Brighton 6-1. 6-1. Watched the majority of that game, and I mean, when Aston Villa are on it, seriously, they're on it, and I mean, I know they didn't play in the week just gone in the Europa League or anything like that, but maybe for Brighton, the games that they're going to be playing, the amount of games might start catching up to them. With the fact they'll have to rotate a lot, and it'll just be a lot more games than they usually play. Results like that might happen a little bit more often. Maybe not to the extent of 6-1 because that is a heavy loss. But I think when they go to teams away from home, who are solid and are a good team like Aston Villa, I think they do need to be careful for sure because they were completely overrun today in every single sense of the word. And, De Zerbi will look at that and will look to change that, but they can't be getting beat 6-1 like that, home, away from home, anywhere in the league. When you've got ambitions like Brighton do with the squad that they've assembled and how well they've done the last couple of years, 6-1, and as well, it'll be Aston Villa. They'll be one of the teams close by to, Brighton when it comes to chasing for top 4, top 6, top 7, the European spots. When it comes down for them clubs chasing them, it'll be them two who are going to be battling each other for those spots in there. So to lose to one of them, it's a heavy one to take. They'll bounce back. They've got some big games, I heard. They were playing, I think they've got Ajax. I think they've got City coming up. Marseille they've got to play as well. So they've got some big games, Brighton, but I'm sure they'll be able to turn it around. I'm sure it'll only be a slight blip. I'll go through the lineups in a bit more detail in a minute. Thanks everyone who's here. If you could like, subscribe, that would be fantastic. As this is the main game of the weekend in the Premier League for sure. A lot of games kicking off at 3 o'clock, which we'll go through at half time. But we've got today's game. We've got a game tomorrow. Forest, Brentford at 2, and then Fulham, Chelsea on Monday. So this is the game which everybody is looking forward to. And let's just hope we get a blockbuster of a game. Tottenham have not beaten Liverpool in the last 11 attempts, all of them in the Premier League. 8 wins for Liverpool and 3 draws. Obviously have met recently. Well, I say recently, it's becoming longer and longer. It's now 4 years since that Champions League meeting where Liverpool came out on top 2-0 winners. But last season we got an absolute, we got a classic. The back end of last season at Anfield in just the end of April, where ended 4-3 to Liverpool, where they went 3-0 up in 15 minutes, were then pegged back in the 93rd minute with a Richarlison equaliser until Salah a minute later went on and won the game. Not Salah, sorry, I apologise. Jota went on and won the game for Liverpool. So this fixture is usually one with a lot of quality, a lot of bite, a lot of fight. And let's hope both teams bring it on. And you've got to remember, both teams still unbeaten, and they won't want to lose that record. You want to go as far into the league as possible without losing a game. That goes without saying. I know that sounds really obvious, but they'll be looking at that and wanting. I think they'll understand both Liverpool and Tottenham at some point in the season will be losing games. But you want to try and limit that at the end of at the start of the season. You want to build momentum early to try and see your way through the season. So there's a lot on this game. But we'll go through both teams now in a little bit more detail. Let's go through them very quickly. We'll start off with Tottenham Hotspurs. They got Guglielmo Vicario in goal, signed in the summer from Empoli, who finished 14th last season in Serie A. Back four, Pedro Porro, the Spaniard, Argentine and World Cup winner Christian Romero, who was also vice-captain. Mickey van der Ven joined from Wolfsburg in the summer. He's at centre-back, and at left-back is Destiny Udogie as well. Signed last season from Udinese, went back there on loan for last season and now is started and played all 7 games in the Premier League so far, including today. And in the midfield, got Yves Bissouma along Pape Sarr as the 2 holding midfielders, a 3 behind the striker of Dejan Kulusevski, James Maddison, and we have heard in the pre-match build-up through Postecoglou that it will be Richarlison on the left with Heung-min Son up front. He has got 5, the South Korean, in his opening 6 games in the Premier League, a hat-trick against Burnley in game week 4 and then 2 last week against Arsenal. So he'll be leading the line, Heung-min Son, and it'll be Richarlison out on the left apparently, according to Tottenham head coach Ange Postecoglou. And then for Liverpool, their starting 11 is Alisson in goal. 1 clean sheet so far this season. That came in the home victory against Aston Villa. Back 4, Joe Gomez, who is still in for Alexander-Arnold, who is been out for the last 4 games, no competitions with a hamstring injury. He returns on the bench. Joel Matip and Van Dijk continue as the 2 in defence. Matip has now started the last 5 games in the Premier League for Liverpool, with Andy Robertson at left back. Curtis Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister will make up the 3 in midfield. 2 of them summer signings, within McAllister for £35 million and Szoboszlai for £60 million. And the Hungarian's got off to a great start in his Liverpool career. Scored against Aston Villa in game week 4 and scored a rocket in the middle of the week against Leicester in the League Cup victory. And the front 3 is going to be Mohamed Salah, who's got 11 in 18 against Spurs, 8 in 13 in the Premier League. He's got a great record against the London side. Can he continue that today? On the left is going to be Luis Diaz, who's got 2 goals so far this season. The Premier League, they both came in the opening 2 games against Chelsea and Bournemouth. And leading the line up front will be Cody Gakpo. Just the 1 goal so far this season came in the 3-1 away victory at Wolves, and he was the one to make it 1-1 in that game. So they're the 2 teams. You can see the substitutes listed at the bottom. So if you want to gander to see who's on the bench for each side, you can have a look there at the bottom of your screen. If you are new, make sure you like and subscribe. Next commentary is tomorrow. It is Blackburn against Leicester, 12 o'clock kickoff in the Championship, and then the one after that is the Wednesday, Newcastle taking on PSG at home at St James's Park, and then I'll be having a 2-week and around a 1.5 week break, going away on holiday, and the international break is on. But then we'll be straight back as well when I've got loads of commentaries lined up, listed, which I'll let you all know in the upcoming streams, and I'll let you know at half time in this stream, as well as we are edging ever closer to kick off at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Referee today, interestingly enough, is Simon Hooper, who was in charge of Liverpool's last game, which they lost in, and that was Manchester City away from home on the 1st of April. So it is a huge record for Liverpool that they want to continue. They want to keep building on that unbeaten run that they're currently on. 20 games ago, when they were beaten by Manchester City. They haven't been beaten since we have a failed kick-off here. Szoboszlai not playing it when the ref blew his whistle, but now we're underway. Liverpool kicking left to right, Tottenham right to left. Liverpool will kick off with Matip sending a long diagonal ball into the Tottenham half towards Cody Gakpo over the Dutchman's head, and they're behind for a throw-in for Tottenham in their right-back position, and it'll be Pedro Porro with the throw-in to take. Spaniard, formerly of Manchester City for 3 years, but never made it into the first team, as he throws it to Sarr, gets the return, tries to go down the line, blocked by Jones, another throw-in in the same position on the far side, throws it quickly into Basuma, back to Porro, into Basuma again, Porro through towards Basuma, he loses possession in the final third, and it's now Liverpool to try and have an early attack here at goal. It's Diaz, inside next to him is Cody Gakpo, spins away from Basuma, tackled by Porro, drops to Kulusevski, who's also helping it right back, and they play out from the back here with Porro, across to Romero in the 18-yard box, now back out to Porro, goes down the line with a lifted ball, can't quite find a man in a white shirt, and it's now McAllister who overruns it, and Tottenham can break beyond the halfway line. It's now Heung-min Son. He's looking out to the left where Richarlison picks up that left wing position, and he's one-on-one with Joe Gomez, gets the ball across, comes off the head of Matip, and it can be cleared away, and Salah will give chase, and he will get there ahead of Yves Bissouma on halfway on the right-hand side. He'll drive inside, tries to play a ball in behind and through towards Gakpo, but he'd made a early run and he was offside as the ball was played, and Tottenham are now in possession again with Udogie, forward to Maddison, out to the right to Pedro Porro, looks over the top for Heung-min Son, but it's well headed midway inside his own half by Virgil van Dijk, and it's now Liverpool to come at Tottenham again. A quick start in the game here where Pedro Porro gets a strong challenge on Luis Diaz, and it is a throw-in for Liverpool. What a quick start, not being able to get the timer going. It's been that quick of a start. As Liverpool throw it back to the halfway line to Andy Robertson. Just under 2 minutes, no real big chances yet, but both teams looking dangerous when getting forward. Salah inside to Szoboszlai on the halfway line. He lays it off into Joe Gomez. He goes back into Joel Matip. As I mentioned before, 5 starts now in a row in the Premier League for the Cameroon international, born in Bochum. Joel Matip in Germany, where he made his name in football at Schalke. And Andy Robertson is galloping down the left-hand side into the final third. Gets the ball across into the box. It's blocked by Basuma, drops to Sarr, and he lays it off in towards Kulusevski, but he runs out of pitch on the far side, and it'll be a throw-in to Liverpool, taken quickly back towards the halfway line to Jones by Robertson. And there is Van Dijk. Big switch out to the right-hand side, and he finds the Egyptian Mo Salah, brings it down perfectly as well, runs Udogie, lays it across, shots by, I think that was Luis Diaz coming onto it, and it was blocked by Yves Bissouma, and it will be a corner kick for the Reds. Great switch from the Dutchman there. Virgil van Dijk finds Mo Salah, one-on-one with Udogie, always wanting to drive onto that left foot, Mo Salah, and he played a ball inside, just inside the box, centre of the field, and Luis Diaz got onto it, looking to strike, but Yves Bissouma got across to block the Colombian shot, a team that he was heavily linked with in the January he signed for Liverpool, Luis Diaz. Tottenham were very interested in the Colombian, but he decided to go to Liverpool, where he's won 3 trophies so far at the club. Robertson in swinger, near post, helped on by Gakpo and met with a volley by McAllister on the edge of the box, but a weak-footed shot is pulled wide by the Argentine. He was a huge part of that Argentina squad to win the World Cup in December of last year. Alexis McAllister, who was actually a nominee for Young Player of the Year in the Premier League last season. After scoring 10 goals, 6 of them from the spot in the league last season for the Seagulls. Tottenham play from the back. Romero, ball forward to Basuma. Sarr out towards Porro, cut out by Liverpool, and it drops to Cody Gakpo. Gets away from Basuma, wants to strike far, pokes out to Salah instead. Just enters the box on the right, tackled by Udogie, drops to Gomez, across towards Gakpo, tackled, and it falls to Richarlison, who can't get away from Gomez as he's brought down by the Englishman. And Gomez isn't letting go of the ball, and he's going to be booked here, surely. No, Simon Hooper keeps the card in the pockets. Probably just going to warn Gomez to not do it again. It's under 5 minutes here. No real big chances at goal. We had that Luis Diaz shot, but it was blocked very early by Basuma. Got nowhere near Vicario in the Tottenham goal, who has the ball here in his 18-yard box. Shifts it onto his left foot. Sends it down the left-hand side for Tottenham. Can't quite find Richarlison. Volleyed away by Matip. Deflects off Maddison. Headed back forward by Matip. Then headed to Gomez by Szoboszlai. And he'll restart with Alisson. in the Liverpool goal on the edge of his 18-yard box, curling it out to the left to Robertson, midway inside his own half. Goes back into Van Dijk. Ball forward into Jones. Gets away from Romero, lays it off to McAllister. Tries to look for a ball out wide left. Diaz is just tucked inside a little bit, so the pass was wayward and dropped for a Tottenham throw-in on the halfway line. Liverpool are 7 wins in a row in all competitions at the minute, after that 1-1 draw at Chelsea to start their season off in mid-August, where they went ahead through Luis Diaz, but then was pulled back before half-time by Axel Disasi for Chelsea. But since then, they've won every single game they've played in. They got off to a winning start in the Europa League against Lask, and then they've beaten Leicester in midweek in the League Cup. As Kulusevski brings it away from Robertson and McAllister as he drives inside into the centre circle, goes out to the left to Udogie, getting forward from left back, linking up with Richarlison, and here is the former Everton man on the ball. Down the left it goes to Udogie, he's carried on his run towards the byline, works the cross in, but it's gone. Assistant referee there on the far side having the flag up, saying the ball had just been overrun for a goal kick. But there is destiny. Udogie getting forward. The Italian international. I think that had just gone from Udogie, who was born in Verona, in Italy. No senior call up yet for the Italian team, but he has featured heavily for the under-21s as McAllister's just about shifted away from Sarr on the edge of the box as Liverpool play from the back, with Van Dijk taking a long route forward towards Luis Diaz. It's headed backwards by Porro to Van de Ven, who will then get it back towards Porro, right back, who flicks it over Diaz's head into Romero, who will play back to Vicario in the 18-yard box for Tottenham. And it's the team in white on the ball. Romero forward to Basuma, takes it on the turn away from Szoboszlai. Really good from the former Brighton man, and he plays it forward to Maddison, just inside his own half still here. James Maddison drives past Jones, pulled down by Jones. Free kick for Tottenham just on the halfway line there, well won by James Maddison as they look to take a quick one out to the left. Then it's been caught by Brazilian Alisson, as it was other Brazilian Richarlison chasing it. I think it was Basuma looking to take the quick one there for Tottenham. And it's on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Matip goes across to left centre half Virgil van Dijk. Forward to Robertson. Down the line it goes. Finds Diaz on halfway. Back to the Tottenham goal. So driving back towards his own goal. And lays it off into McAllister. Midway inside his own half. Goes to his right to Matip. Zips the ball out to Salah, who's 15 yards into the Tottenham half. Lifts the ball towards Cody Gakpo, who loses out to Romero. It will drop to Udogie at left back for Tottenham. Being pressured here by Mo Salah. Try to turn the Egyptian, which he does beautifully. Really good from Destiny Udogie, who will then play the ball down the line. Cut out by Matip, only finds James Maddison. Can't find a man in red, and he plays it forward into the path of Porro, who's going to get forward from fullback here. Out wide it goes to Kulusevski. Enters the box on the right. Cuts onto his left as he strikes, and it's well blocked by Virgil van Dijk. And it will drop out towards Diaz on the left, who's got back from left wing to help his side. Pokes it inside to McAllister. And left back is now Robertson on the ball. He wants to switch it. He will switch it. It will just get to Gomez, who takes it away from Richarlison. And he hooks it out to the right to Mo Salah. Flag stays down for now, midway inside the Tottenham half. He's got Gakpo making a run forward. He instead goes to Szoboszlai, who then finds McAllister on halfway. Ball forward to Joe Gomez. Out wide is Salah. Everything to his left there. He's one-on-one with Udogie. Wants to go on to his left, and he does do so with a pass across goal. It's well cut out by Romero. He was looking for Luis Diaz, and Romero will bring it forward. Lays it off into Maddison, and Romero continues his run as Maddison feeds it out to Kulusevski on the right. Just entering the Liverpool half. He's going to look inside to his left, and he'll just lay it off to halfway line to James Maddison. As we just settle on the ball, I think for the first time in the game. It's been a frantic start, not many big chances, but it's been end-to-end so far. Both teams looking to try and get the first goal so far. 0 wins for Spurs in their last 11. It's 1 win in the last 23 against Liverpool in all competitions. So it's been a bit of a horrid record for Tottenham when they faced Liverpool, especially when they faced Jurgen Klopp. But that last win, it was so long ago. It was at Wembley when Tottenham was playing their home games at Wembley, whilst this new stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, was being built when it was opened in April of 2019. As Liverpool have the ball inside their own half, towards their 18-yard box. It's now in their 18-yard box with goalkeeper Alisson. He's got a contract till 2027. It was signed in August 2021. Even though there was interest from Saudi Arabia for Alisson in the summer as Gakpo loses it in the centre circle and it drops to Richarlison. He goes back to Van de Ven. And across to Romero as Tottenham just settle on possession for the minute with Sarr, Basuma, right on the centre circle spot. Goes into Van de Ven. Signed from Wolfsburg. Very, very quick Van de Ven. His quickest speed in the Bundesliga was 22 miles an hour. He is absolutely rapid, the Dutch centre-half, and Tottenham have played it out well here to the left-hand side. Maddison to Richarlison. Edge of the box, enters the box in the corner. Gets it across Richarlison. It goes all the way through. Kulusevski can't get onto it. And Robertson sees it behind for a goal kick. That is really, really positive. Ange Postecoglou, hands on his head, wondering how that hasn't been taken. Really well played from Basuma and Sarr in midfield. They worked it to Maddison, outside the boot ball from the Englishman, out to Richarlison, who went round the outside of Gomez and got a ball across with his left boot, right across the 6-yard box. Someone's got to get onto it and commit. Kulusevski half did that and didn't get there in time, and the ball went through for a Liverpool goal kick, and from that goal kick they've already lost possession. It's back with Tottenham Hotspur. Out to the right it goes to Pape Sarr. Completes a 1-2 here with Kulusevski. Back into their own half with a simple ball to Christian Romero, who started 6 of the 7 World Cup games in Qatar for Argentina, as they had a really, really, really good campaign in Qatar, winning the whole competition after that shock defeat in their first game to Saudi Arabia. Basuma in right back position has been pickpocketed here by Luis Diaz, who will charge down the left for Liverpool. Basuma slips. Diaz takes him on, and Romero. Good play from the Colombian. Down the left in the final third towards the corner flag. He's been bullied off it by both Romero and Basuma. And it'll be a free kick one for Tottenham, as Diaz was dispossessed there in the right back area for Tottenham. He was just trying to get the ball back and he fouled Romero. And it's now Tottenham in possession, building from the back with Van de Ven. Getting away from Szoboszlai, bursting forward here. Van de Ven, he's going to keep going. He's into the Liverpool half, plays it inside towards Son. Just goes behind the South Korean. It's now back with Liverpool with Alisson. Forward to McAllister. To right centre-back Matip, who's just inside the 18-yard box. Goes far right to Gomez. Forward into Szoboszlai. Great play here from Liverpool. He wants to switch the Hungarian. He will make the switch. Out to the left. What a ball to Luis Diaz. In the final third. 1-on-1 with Porro. Plays it inside to Robertson. First time to Gakpo. Spins and shoots. Good save from Vicario. Robertson again. Great save from the Italian. And it'll be a corner kick for Liverpool. Probably should have scored there. It was a really good counter-attack. Playing from the back, and Szoboszlai with the switch out to the left to Diaz. He invited Porro to come and close him down, and then he played it forward to Robertson, who got forward. First time ball to Gakpo, 8 yards out, shot with the left foot on the ground as he just was off balance, the Dutchman. Good save from Vicario. And then it was followed up by Robertson shooting at the near post, and it was well saved again by the former Empoli goalkeeper. And it remains 0-0, first big chances of the game. Well, second big chance of the game, first for Liverpool. Corner, in it goes, near post, header won by Sarr. It will drop to McAllister on the edge of the 18-yard box, who goes back further towards the halfway line to Robertson, who won the corner kick with his strike. Sends a long ball out to Szoboszlai on the left, headed inside to Diaz. He can't quite get there ahead of Pape Sarr. It'll be a throw-in for Liverpool in the final third. Good touching shot there from Gakpo, but it was well met by Vicario. And then Robertson had a strike as well, saved. He has already scored at this ground. Andy Robertson in a 2-2 draw in December of 2021, where he was also sent off as well after scoring. He was sent off as it was 2-2 with around 15 minutes of the 90 to go. So he's had good times and bad times at this stadium, Robertson, in the same game. As Tottenham have it with Kulusevski, midway inside the Liverpool half. He drives inside, he overruns it, but he's been brought down illegally by Alexis McAllister. And it'll be a free kick for Tottenham on the right-hand side. Well won by Dusan Kulusevski, whose transfer to Tottenham was only made permanent in the summer. He'd spent a year and a half on loan, and now he's a permanent Tottenham player. As they lose it through Heung-min Son, try to play back towards Maddison midway inside the Liverpool half. It's now with Liverpool in their 18-yard box here with Alisson. Out to the right centre-back Matip towards the right-back area. Tries to play it down the line, comes off Richarlison, throwing for Liverpool, which will be taken by Joe Gomez, making his 180th appearance for the club. Joe Gomez still yet to score, despite joining in July of 2015 from Charlton. Throws it down the line towards Salah, 10 yards away from the halfway line. He's been pressured by Van de Ven, kicks it off Richarlison for a throw in for his side. Gomez, right in front of Jurgen Klopp in that technical area, looking for a player to throw the ball to. He has to end up throwing it back to Joel Matip. He was a part of that last loss that Liverpool conceded to Tottenham in October of 2017. So was Gomez as well. He played the full 90 minutes in that one. So we've got it with the Liverpool left with Curtis Jones midway inside his own half. He goes back to the edge of the 18-yard box to Van Dijk. Across to Alisson, making his 180th Premier League appearance, looking for his 80th clean sheet. Long ball up towards Luis Diaz. And on the edge of the centre circle in the Tottenham half, he commits a foul here on Romero. They were both going for the long ball forward. It was high in the sky. And Romero is just holding his head here, holding his face, claiming that he was caught by Diaz. Let's have a look. The ball was in the air. Both went for it. Yeah, just a slight elbow in the face by Diaz. Don't think it was on purpose. I think it was just a natural body position. You know, when you go to jump, you put your arms out. So it wasn't a malicious elbow, despite it being an Argentine versus a Colombian South American rivalry between Diaz and Romero. But the Argentine, the Tottenham centre-back, is on his feet. I think he'll be okay to continue. A little bit of a sore one, just still rubbing his face, but he'll have the free kick just inside his own half here. Former Atalanta centre-half, 25 years of age now. Christian Romero. Delaying the taking of his free kick as he looks for an option. He goes to his centre-back partner, Van de Ven. He'll find Romero again, forward to Basuma in the centre circle. Drives away from Jones and lays it off into Sarr. He will then go to Basuma at right back. Pedro Porro, Sarr. Ball forward and in behind down the right for Kulusevski. Gets there to Van Dijk. Early ball across towards the 18-yard box. And it's cut out by Matip. Drops straight back to Kulusevski, who will try again with the cross. It blocks off Virgil van Dijk. And it will be a corner kick on the far side for Tottenham. It will be the first corner of the game for the home side. As Kulusevski crossed, it came off the arm of Van Dijk, but it was well tucked into his body. So no penalty kick for the home side. First of the game for Tottenham. One through a cross by Kulusevski. Blocked by Van Dijk. He'll be an outswinger from James Maddison. Plenty of bodies to aim for. Near post it goes. It drops towards Udogie. Dealt with by McAllister with a clearance, which has been blocked, so it slows it down and it drops to Kulusevski. Back out to Maddison on the right-hand side. Into Kulusevski again. Maddison in a right wing position here for Tottenham. Goes to Romero. Back out to the right now. And goes inside to Porro. Halfway line is Van de Ven. The Tottenham restart. And then Porro looks for a ball in behind. It's really poorly misplaced and it'll be collected by Alisson. But in every single game that Tottenham have played so far in the league, one team have ended with 2 goals to their name in every single time. So we've had goals galore in Tottenham games so far as Salah wins a free kick on the right-hand side there on the halfway line. Richarlison just going in a little bit too heavy there on the Egyptian. But yeah, in their first game it was 2-2. Second game they won 2. The next 2 games they won 2-0 to United and Bournemouth. Then they beat Burnley 5-2. Sheffield United they beat 2-1 and then a 2-2 draw. So there's always goals of 2 in these games for Tottenham. Szoboszlai has been fed down the right hand side. Ball across into the 18-yard box. Goes right the way through to Curtis Jones with the shots and it's blocked. And it goes behind for a corner kick. No flag was raised. Questions were asked. Was he offside? It's a close one. I think Romero at right centre half was just keeping him on. And as he got down the line there, Szoboszlai, he went right across looking for Diaz and Gakpo. And he went right through to the left side of the box to Curtis Jones, who set himself nicely, had time to do so. As he shot, it was blocked by Sarr and Romero as well. To then go behind for this corner. It's the third one for Liverpool. Being outswinger from Andy Robertson. In it goes. Towards Matip, headed through, towards Salah, blocked and brought away by Kulusevski, who goes out to the left side for Tottenham, tries to play down the line, but he's blocked quickly by Szoboszlai. And midway inside their own half, it'll be a Tottenham throw-in. Well, working back there, Dominic Szoboszlai, who, during his time, RB Salzburg, he played 19 times with a certain Erling Haaland. Szoboszlai, so he's worked with the best striker in the world as he intercepts a Maddison pass and he has it inside now to McAllister. Well won by the Hungarian. And he receives the ball back from McAllister towards halfway. Lets it run through to Gomez, who takes over. And he goes back all the way to Alisson in his 18-yard box. Now Van Dijk being pressed by Kulusevski. Gets it to McAllister, who's tackled there by Maddison, but the ball dropped to Matip. We'll lay it off to Alisson, who then clears down the right side towards Gomez. Curls in, goes beyond him to Salah. Poor touch, but then it's a poor touch by Udogie. And Gomez feeds it through in behind for Gakpo, but he won't get beyond Van der Ven. Shows that pace that he has. And Tottenham play from the back with Romero. He is absolutely rapid, that Mickey Van der Ven. Joined in the summer from Wolfsburg for £34.5 million with £8.5 million add-ons. As I mentioned before, he can run up to 22 miles an hour, the 22-year-old. Unbelievable centre-half. And he was called up for the first time for the Netherlands in the recent internationals in September. Romero in a right-back position. Goes across to his goalkeeper, Vicario. Also yet to appear for Italy at senior level, but he's been on the bench plenty of times for his country as his chip up towards Maddison's been headed forward by Gomez. Now finds Salah, who's drifted to the left-hand side for Liverpool. Lays it off into a galloping Robertson, who tries to go inside in the box towards Diaz, cut out by Pedro Porro, and it'll run through for a throw-in for Liverpool deep inside the Tottenham half, so they can put pressure on the team in white here, Liverpool, and he throws it to Diaz in the corner of the box, pokes it across to Gakpo, lays it off to the edge of the box to Mo Salah, who attempts a shot with the outside of the boot. He's asking for a corner, and Simon Hooper doesn't give it. Good throw in there by Robertson, who's taken quickly, and Diaz let it run across his body. Got a zipped ball into Gakpo, who laid it off to Mo Salah. Tried the shot with the outside of the boot. Don't know if it took that deflection. Couldn't quite see from that one angle we got. So it would be a goal kick for Tottenham. They play out from the back with Vicario. Left-footed ball down the left channel for Tottenham. Looking for Richarlison. Doesn't win the header on Matip. Headed towards the edge of the Tottenham box. Helped away by Sarr. Headed back forward by Gomez to Szoboszlai. Helps it out to the right to Salah. Everything to his left here. 1-on-1 with Udogie. Feeds it through to Gomez, who's got forward, and he pulls it across the 6-yard box. And it goes right through to Kulusevski on the opposite side. Someone's got to be there for Liverpool. They've got to be. Sarr now on the right side for Tottenham. Driving inside, away from Curtis Jones, and laying it off to Udogie at left back. He will drive forward himself. Bit of time on the ball here for the Italian. And just goes back here to Bissouma. Into Sarr in the centre circle. Just to the right for Tottenham. As he tries to play it forward towards Maddison. He gets a second bite of the cherry after his first pass is deflected by Jones. And it's now with Romero. Centre of the field is Bissouma on the ball. Right on halfway. Plays a simple ball to Romero. He's going to have to be forced back here, I think. No, he goes across to Van der Ven. Forward now to Udogie. Just about shifting it away from Szoboszlai. And then Maddison goes back to Van der Ven, who came through the Volendam youth system in the Netherlands. Mickey Van der Ven. Now with Bissouma. Finds Pape Sarr. Left his home country of Senegal. Pape Sarr in September of 2020 to move to Metz in France, where he was signed from for Tottenham. Here is on the ball, Bissouma. To Romero, midway inside his own half, being pressed by Gakpo, so being forced back to his own goalkeeper here, Vicario. To the right it goes to Romero, just in the corner of the 18-yard box, plays it forward to Bissouma. Forward once more to Son, who's barely been in the game for Tottenham. Porro towards Sarr, tackled there by Curtis Jones, throwing midway inside their own half for Pedro Porro and Tottenham Hotspur. Porro forward to Sarr, pickpocketed by Jones, goes in heavy on Bissouma. I think there'll be a booking here for Curtis Jones. He's not happy with the decision there. The under-21 Euros winner, Curtis Jones. It did seem a bit of a heavy one on Bissouma. He got the ball off Pape Sarr, and the heavy touch meant that Bissouma could come in and take the ball, and Jones tried to win it back, and he's just followed through onto the ankle of Bissouma. It is a dangerous one. The studs are showing as he goes over the ball there, Curtis Jones, and VAR will have a look. VAR tonight is Darren England, and his assistant VAR is Dan Cook. You've seen players sent off for that. He just goes over the ball, Curtis Jones, and goes right onto the ankle of Bissouma with stud showing. It's under 25 minutes in. Under 25 minutes in here, we could have a changing point in the game. And Simon Hooper is being told to go and have a look. These have definitely been given as red before. 100%. He's just gone over the ball Curtis Jones and right onto the ankle of Bissouma, where the frame has stopped it. It doesn't look good for Curtis Jones. Oh, it's an unfortunate one because he's going for the ball, Jones, and he goes right over the ball onto the ankle was stood showing. It wouldn't surprise me if he sees red here, Curtis Jones. He won the ball off Sarr. His touch was too heavy. Simon Hooper's had a look, and I think we might be seeing red here. The yellow card has been taken away, and he's going to be sent off. Curtis Jones has been sent off for Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He was the match winner in the final for England in the Under-21s Euros final. And now he's the villain for Liverpool. It's unfortunate, it really is, because he is going for the ball and he's just gone over the ball ever so slightly onto the ankle of Yves Bissouma. And plenty of them have been given previously as red cards. He was originally given a yellow, and then it was overturned for a red. Simon Hooper believes his original decision was the wrong one. And Curtis Jones, for Liverpool, who had started the last 4 games today in the Premier League, including the start today, is sent off. And it's now 2 red cards this season for Liverpool in the Premier League, both of them away from home. Van Dijk picked up one against Newcastle, I think in the same minute, if I'm not mistaken. No, just a bit earlier. Van Dijk was sent off in the 28th minute and Curtis Jones has been sent off in the 26th. So very close between the 2 red cards. But Tottenham has got to fancy it. Bissouma still picking up treatment on the pitch, as it was a nasty one. No intent behind it, but did go over his ankle. Curtis Jones, who sees red, I believe, for the first time in a Liverpool shirt. He even scored last season against Tottenham, Curtis Jones, in their 4-3 win at Anfield. He scored in the 3rd minute. And now in his next meeting against Tottenham, he's been sent off. So, quite the come down for the 22-year-old. And it's 11 v 10. Tottenham at home. They'll fancy this now against Jurgen Klopp's men. But how well did Liverpool do against Newcastle when they went down to 10 men? Yes, they conceded a little bit afterwards, but they went on and won that game through a double from Darwin Núñez late on. So they've shown before at the hardest of stadiums that Liverpool can win games with 10 men, even when they go behind. So we're down to 10. Liverpool have got over an hour of this game to play, with 10 men on the pitch. Can Tottenham make the most of their numerical advantage? They've got the ball on the halfway line here with Pape Sarr. Bissouma still on the side. He's been waved back on the field as Maddison switched out to the right-hand side to Kulusevski. Brings it down with the left thigh. Running at Robertson. Enters the box. Goes inside on the Scotsman. Pokes it towards goal. Blocked by McAllister. And it will drop to Diaz. Who will get beyond Maddison, but then tackled by Porro, who's getting back from his attacking adventure from fullback. And it's now with Romero on halfway. Bissouma back on the field, back on the ball. Van der Ven. Liverpool just sitting back here. Bissouma sends it out to the left to Richarlison. First time ball around the corner. Finds Udogie. Being closed down here by Matip. Keeps it alive as he plays it back to Bissouma at left back. And across he goes to the right to Romero on halfway. Bringing the ball forward ever so slightly. And laying it forward down the right hand side now for Pape Sarr. He's got Son inside. He's got Porro forward. He tries to feed the Spaniard. But it's been blocked here by Porro as Robertson tries to clear. He goes across his goal instead to Alisson, who will now clear away for Liverpool. Down the right channel, looking for Cody Gakpo. It'll be Udogie to let it run through and out for a throw-in for Tottenham inside their own half. As Now Kulusevski again on the right side, midway inside his own half. Simple pass, 10 yards back just to Sarr. Now to Maddison. Forward to Porro. 1-2. Maddison, edge of the box. Left foot strike. And it's well caught in the 6-yard box by Alisson. Diving to his right. A beardless Alisson, should we say, as well. Got the beard chopped off. He saves it well. About 20 yards out, Maddison tried to curl it to the far side of the goal, but it was well collected by Alisson as Matip sent a ball down the right channel looking for Gakpo. Keeps it alive with a pass back to Gomez. Inside he goes to McAllister. Midway inside the Liverpool half. He goes for a switch towards the left. And he finds Diaz. What a ball that is from McAllister. Diaz is going to run one-on-one with Porro. He's got Robertson on the overlap. He'll feed the Scotsman, but it's played just behind him. Cut out by Porro. Played forward to Kulusevski. He will drive inside for Tottenham. Away from McAllister. Beyond the challenge of Diaz. And he plays it to the left to Maddison. Tries to play it through towards Richarlison in the 18-yard box, but it's been cut out. And it's eventually a Liverpool ball. Throwing for the Reds. It was a really good run from Kulusevski across the pitch to then find Maddison, whose pass was intercepted by Matip, who's now on the ball on the edge of the 18-yard box. Out to the right to Gomez. Forced back into his 18-yard box to goalkeeper Alisson. Switches it out, lifted ball out to the left. It's overhit. It'll be a throw in for Tottenham in the final third. Not a great position to give away a throw in here, as Tottenham want to try and put on the pressure here on 10-man Liverpool. They've got a lot of work to do here to try and preserve their 7 wins in a row, to try and make it 8 in all competitions so far this season. Maddison, midway inside his own half, just drifted out towards the right side. He's going to look out to the left here for a pass to Van de Ven. Out to Richarlison. Ball forward first time to Kulusevski, who stayed out on this left-hand side here, the Swedish international, as he plays a ball towards the edge of the box. It's been picked up by Szoboszlai. Forward to Salah, trying to find Diaz on halfway. Cut out by Porro. And then it's played forward to Sarr, who gets away from the challenge of Szoboszlai. And he brings it forward. He keeps going forward. Right wing position. He now chops it inside to Maddison. Forward towards Porro. Tackle by Robertson. Drops back out to Maddison on the edge of the box. One-on-one with McAllister. Ball forward to Kulusevski. Out to the left to Richarlison. Striking with the left foot. Goal kick. Alisson put his arm up just in case it was going on target, but he went over the goalkeeper's hand and away for a goal kick. Good ball forward by Maddison. It was laid out to Richarlison by Kulusevski. And he just snapped at it a little bit, Richarlison. His only goal last season in the Premier League was in that 4-3 defeat away in April to Liverpool. He's got only the one as well so far this season against Sheffield United. Now Gomez with the throw towards the halfway line, looking for Salah. Lets it bounce across him, try to get away from Van de Ven, and he does, and he plays it through into Diaz, getting away from Porro. Can strike it as well! And the flag's up. Diaz thought he'd put 10-man Liverpool 1-0 up away at Tottenham, but the linesman had the flag up. Throwing down the line, it was really well kept by Salah to get away from Van de Ven, and as he played it through, I think Diaz is onside. He made the run midway inside the Tottenham half, and as he drifted from the left side to the right wing, he got the ball away from Porro, and on the angle, he shot across goal, as all good forwards do, shooting across goal, making it hard for the goalkeeper, and it was a really well-slotted finish, and he's been given offside. My eyes obviously aren't as good as I believe. He's just mistimed his run there, Diaz, as Kulusevski's nearly been fed in behind into the Liverpool box, but it's been well collected there by Alisson. Diaz looking for his first goal since the second game of the season, and he's got the ball here, playing it in behind for Salah, who's been tackled strongly by Van de Ven. I thought he just got it right there, Diaz, but he just overran it ever so slightly, the Colombian, who has scored in both games he's played against Tottenham. Both of them have come at Anfield. He did score in that 4-3 win, and he scored the season before that at home. This is his first ever appearance against Tottenham away from home. Throwing for Liverpool. Thrown back by Robertson to McAllister, who plays it to the halfway line to Van Dijk. Then back once more to Alisson. Good pressing here from Tottenham, forcing Liverpool back into their own half. As Alisson sends it out to the right back Gomez. It's a really challenging ball to give. And it'll be a throw in for Tottenham, 15 yards inside the Liverpool half. Bad pass that really from Alisson. He's played Tottenham 9 times and he's won 9 times with the 2 clean sheets. One of them clean sheets in the Champions League final. Ball forward by Romero, looking for Maddison. Good tackle, strong one from Matip, but then Szoboszlai loses it to Tottenham's number 8, Basuma, who plays it forward to Porro. Tries to go on the inside here, and he plays it across to the left to Van de Ven. Out to left back Udogie, midway inside the Liverpool half. He plays it forward, simple passing to Maddison. Jen finds a ball in behind, that's an intricate one. Across to Son! Assist for Richarlison. It's a killer pass from James Maddison, and it's Tottenham with the lead. Minutes after Liverpool thought they had gone 1-0 up through Luis Diaz, it's Heung-min Son to put the home side ahead. Just under 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's the best of defence splitting passes you'll see in the Premier League. Maddison picked it up deeper than usual. He played it in behind, gaps in the Liverpool defence, found Richarlison on the left, pokes it across, and then 6 yards out, Heung-min Son beats Joel Matip to the ball to poke into an open goal as Alisson came out to close the angle. And in the 36th minute of the match, it's Heung-min Son to put Tottenham ahead. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 0. And 10-man Liverpool have gone behind. And head coach Ange Postecoglou is delighted. Really good ball from Maddison to find Richarlison, who's picked up a new left wing position tonight, to allow Heung-min Son to continue operating in that striker position. And it's worked wonders for Ange Postecoglou. Son with the goal. It's his 6th of the season. It's his first goal at home. Heung-min Son, he scored twice away at Arsenal, 3 times away at Burnley. And it's now his 151st goal for the club. He scored his 150th last week at Arsenal. And he's added to that in his 380th appearance for the club. It's his 275th appearance in the Premier League, scoring his 109th goal in English top-flight football. And literally a minute or so after Liverpool had took the lead through Diaz, which was disallowed for offside, Tottenham go up the other end and score themselves. It's now Liverpool on the ball with McAllister out to the left to Robertson. McAllister back to the halfway line to Virgil van Dijk. Wants the switch to the right, he'll go for it and he'll find Gakpo, nods it into the box for Gomez. Gets there with a challenge from Van de Ven, who will concede the corner. Good getting forward there from Joe Gomez. And as he got to the ball, he was met by Van de Ven, who clears for a corner. I think the decision was the right one there. Yeah, it came off Van de Ven last. Gomez got the first touch and then Van de Ven took the ball away from him. I think they're looking for a penalty here. I think he got the ball there, Van de Ven. I don't really see a penalty in that challenge from the Dutchman. And it will be a Liverpool corner on this near side. In swinger from Robertson. Right arm raised from the Scotsman. Curling one, near post. It's a header won by Gakpo, met by a Tottenham man, and it will be a throw-in for Liverpool in the same side that the corner was taken from. And Joe Gomez will come over to take, getting forward from right back in the final third here. We are coming up to 6 minutes before half-time, or before we play 45. And Tottenham have a 1-0 lead. They are still unbeaten in the Premier League. They'll be one of 2 teams to be unbeaten if this result stays the same. Long throw into the box was Matip, won by Basuma. And then as Udogie tries to dribble away, he's been caught late by Alexis McAllister. And it'll be a free kick for Tottenham and a yellow card for the Argentine. Well won there by Destiny Udogie, as he had tackled Heung-min Son the first time, McAllister, but then his tackle touch fell into the path of Udogie, who then he took out late. It's been played out to the right now to Kulusevski, midway inside the Tottenham half. He goes back into Sarr, across to Basuma on halfway. Finds a ball to the left to Richarlison. Udogie's made a run forward and he'll feed the Italian in the final third. First time cross it goes and it's a well-cleared ball by Van Dijk in the 6-yard box. And it'll be now Gakpo in the right wing position. Back he goes to Gomez at right back. Backwards once more to Alisson, who has to hurry the clearance out to the left to Robertson, who will head it forward away from Kulusevski. But it will be Romero to get there ahead of Diaz. Ball forward to Son. Edge of the box. Pokes it through towards Richarlison. Takes it around Gomez. Shoots with the left foot. And it's saved by Alisson at the near post. Who takes it out quickly to Robertson on the left. Van de Ven sweeps up at the back for Tottenham, taking the ball away from Mo Salah and playing it forward and to the edge of the box to Pape Sarr. You can see the confidence growing in this Tottenham side, especially once Liverpool had gone to 10 men and now they've been able to pick up a goal. Got to remember, they haven't beaten Liverpool in the Premier League in their last 11 attempts. They've only beaten them once in the last 23 in all competitions dating back to 2013. So it's not a fixture Tottenham usually enjoy. Jurgen Klopp's record against Tottenham is 18 games, 11 wins, 6 draws and 1 loss. Son can't find a ball out to the right, cut out by Robertson midway inside his own half. He pokes it forward to Diaz, tries to go around Pedro Porro, but he's been barged off the ball fairly, and it'll now be with Tottenham Hotspur. They know how to come from behind with 10 men away from home. They did it against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. But Tottenham will know that and will know not to let up. They need to get some goals in the back of the net. They need to get 2 or 3 goals ahead to make sure this game is in the bag. This is only Tottenham's 3rd game so far this season. They won the first 2 against United 2-0 and then Sheffield United 2-1. Udogie will drive forward beyond the halfway line. He's got Richarlison to his left and he'll feed it to the Brazilian, but he'll continue his run Udogie and he'll be fed through the Udogie in the box, pulls it across. Son keeps it away from Van Dijk, flicks it towards Kulusevski. It's now with Richarlison off the post. He'll bounce out to Porro on the right. The attack's still alive. Maddison on the edge of the box and then the linesman puts the flag up earlier on in the move. Richarlison, who has history in this fixture, formerly being of Everton. He's only beat Liverpool once, scoring 3 times. And he received the ball here from Son, who was able to flick it beyond Van Dijk. Kulusevski's touch played it forward to Richarlison, who shot across goal and it cannoned off the post. And then the flag went up. I don't know who was offside, really. But an offside flag went up as Richarlison heads it forward from an Alisson clearance. It's now Basuma midway inside his in the opposition half. He plays it forward to the edge of the box to Sarr. It's a lifted one, so he struggles to control it, and it drops in the end to Diaz. It's now Van Dijk, McAllister to the edge of the box to Robertson. Ball forward to McAllister again as he gets the ball on the return. Driving down the left-hand side here, playing it into the Tottenham half with Diaz. Tackled strongly but fairly by Pedro Porro. And it'll be a throw-in for Liverpool, taken quickly by Diaz back into his own half to Robertson, as we've got 90 seconds left of the 45. McAllister looking for a ball out wide right. It's a risky one right across the pitch and it'll be picked up by Udogie. It's now Richarlison. Ball inside to Maddison. Midway inside his own half. Drifting out to the left-hand side. Now looking out to the right side. Playing it forward to Son. Around the corner to Kulusevski. Can't quite keep it alive. The Swedish international. It'll be picked up by Szoboszlai. He's trying to work himself away from Maddison and Richarlison. He does do so with a pass to McAllister. And it's now worked out to Robertson on the left. He wants to get beyond the halfway line and he'll do so with a pass forward to Diaz. And he'll join him forward here, Robertson. Wanting the return. But Diaz will just go back into McAllister. Do look a little out of ideas here, Liverpool, with that man less in midfield. With Curtis Jones being sent off in the 26th minute. With a bad challenge on Basuma. Gomez down the right-hand side. Finds Salah in the final third. 1-on-1 with Van de Ven. Goes on the outside. Tries to get across first time. Blocks back to Salah, so he still has the ball here. He goes to Gomez, who is taken from behind by Richarlison. Free kick for Liverpool. Richarlison doing the right thing there, getting back and helping his side out. But as Salah played the ball to Gomez, he kind of let the ball run across his body, and Richarlison just went right through Gomez. And a rightly given free kick here by Simon Hooper, as Liverpool would love to equalise right before half-time. Szoboszlai's over it as we hit the 45th minute, still 1-0, 6 minutes of added on time, due to the red card and the treatment given to Basuma after the challenge from Curtis Jones. Szoboszlai lifts it into the box, header one, to the edge of the box to Diaz, out to the left to Gakpo, in the corner of the box, now dribbles outside the box to keep it alive, and he shifts it out to Szoboszlai, still on the right side of the pitch, and he crosses it towards Matip, header one by Basuma, cleared away with a volley of Porro, and it will go out to the right to Kulusevski, and he'll be able to control it now. Passes the halfway line. He's got Maddison making a run forward. He sends it out to the left to Heung-min Son instead. The man currently making the difference. He tries the shot. Or was it a cross towards Maddison in the box? I'm not sure which one it was, but it went right through to Alisson. Poor, really, from Heung-min Son, who scored his scored his 6th goal in 14 Premier League games against Liverpool. Did score once in that 4-1 win in Tottenham's last win against Liverpool in the Premier League, which was at Wembley, as I mentioned a few times already. As Liverpool have it with Gomez, midway inside his own half. He goes across to Szoboszlai, keeps the ball moving as he's being pressed by Sarr. It's now Alisson who has to hurry a clearance, which is chested forward and out to the left by Basuma. Tackle from behind by Gakpo. It'll be a foul and a free kick on the left for Tottenham. Tottenham making the most of that one-man advantage. It's Maddison again dropping deep for the ball. He cut open the Liverpool defence last time for the goal, and he spreads it out wide right to Kulusevski in the final third. Everything to his left as he goes inside, and just behind him to Sarr. He looks out to the left now to Van der Ven, one of the furthest back for Tottenham. As he finds Basuma, links up with Maddison and plays it across to the right to Sarr. Romero dinks it out to the left. Brought down by Richarlison. He's got Udogie ahead of him. And he'll look for the Italian. Pass cut out by Gakpo. It'll run through for a throw-in for Tottenham, with Udogie to take. Udogie gets the return from Maddison. And then goes across. Very nicely done by the left-back. It's now Pape Sarr. He's got Kulusevski far right. He'll go for a shot himself. And it's wide of the post. Should have really kept building there, Pape Sarr. He wanted his 2nd goal of the season. His first one came in that home win. The first home win in the season against Manchester United. And he's now started the last 6 games in the Premier League. Yellow card given out here by Simon Hooper. For Destiny Udogie, who I think just went in late there, and Cody Gakpo. I didn't actually see the challenge because they were showing a replay of Simon Hooper going over to the VAR screen to send off Curtis Jones. Let's have a look here. There's a ball down the right channel by Gomez towards Gakpo, who just drifted out to the right side. And as the ball had run across the defender, he tries to get there, and I think he got a nick on the ball and just went over the ankle of Gakpo. I think that's a harsh booking, really, because he did get a touch on the ball first there, Destiny Udogie. It's a free kick for Liverpool. It's quite far out, but it's a chance to lift it into the box if they want. It's a Tottenham high line, about 10 yards in front of the 18-yard box. Szoboszlai will send a diagonal ball out to the left, looking for Diaz. Can he keep it in, the Colombian? He does do so, but it's headed away for a throw-in for Liverpool by Pedro Porro, who throws it about 10-15 yards backwards to McAllister. He'll switch out to the right now to Szoboszlai. Van Dijk stayed forward from the free kick. So is Joel Matip. The ball goes in. Far post towards Van Dijk. Helps it on towards Gakpo. 6 yards out. Spins. Shoots it into the back of the net. Liverpool are never phased when they go down to 10 men. And the goal scorer Gakpo has gone down, holding his right knee, which isn't a great sign for Liverpool. But what is a good sign is the fact that they have equalised right before half-time. They do not care if they have 10 men, if they have 11, they will fight till the end. And this isn't looking great for Gakpo. It's really well worked by McAllister on the left to get the switch out to the right to Szoboszlai, who put it back in the 18-yard box to ask the questions to the Tottenham defence. And it's Van Dijk who won the first header onside at the far post. Headed it back across goal. Matip missed the first ball. It then dropped to Gakpo, who chested it away from goal. So he then had to spin and shoot beyond Vicario. Van de Ven couldn't block it. It's a shot full of speed. It's a tough one for Vicario to stop. And a Gakpo turns to shoot. I think he just locks in his knee. He plants his knee down. Not quite sure. It's his right knee he's struggling with. That's the one he scored with. It's a really good finish from the Dutchman. Just too much pace on it for Vicario. But as Cody Gakpo was spinning and turning, he hurt his knee, but he's back on his feet actually, and he's just jogging it off at the minute, Gakpo, who has got his second goal of the season. And both of them have come away from home. He scored the equaliser at Wolves to make it 1-1. He scored here at Tottenham to make it 1-1. And I don't think it's as bad as what it looked, and I think Gakpo will be okay. But as he's off the field for now, Liverpool are down to 9. Udogie at left back. Plays it forward to Richarlison in the final third. Furthest left. He's got everything to his right. Ball around the corner looking for Udogie. Cut out by Matip. Won back by Richarlison off Salah. It's now with Bissouma. To his right to Romero. Gakpo's back on the pitch. We've played the 6 minutes of added on time. Great ball out to Kulusevski on the right. In the box towards the byline. Shifts it onto his left foot. Lays it off. Edge of the box. Romero with the strike. Blocked by Van Dijk. Drops out to Diaz, who will play it forward and play it to Salah, who will be met by sliding challenger Van de Ven, but he'll keep it away from the Dutchman. He's then tackled by Pape Sarr on the right, who will go inside towards Heung-min Son. Poor ball, picked up by Szoboszlai. Now Gakpo on halfway. He goes back once more to Gomez. That's now a Matip at the back for Liverpool as they can just relax on the ball here. The team, the red side of Merseyside. Robertson forward to Salah towards halfway. Goes back into the Liverpool half with Andy Robertson. Now Van Dijk midway inside his own half. Across it goes to Alisson on the edge of the box. It's now Matip driving forward with the ball away from Richarlison. He's looking for an option here, Matip. He'll look for a ball out to the left and he will find Salah. What a ball from Matip. Salah now one-on-one with Porro. He's got Robertson overlapping. He'll play it across to Diaz. And he got a touch across towards the far post, but wide it went from the Colombian. And Liverpool nearly went 2-1 up with 10 men. They're so good with a man less, Liverpool. It was a great run forward to Matip to halfway. He then curled it out to the left to Salah, who took an early cross into the box, and Diaz was onside. He got in behind Van de Ven, and he slid towards the ball there, Diaz. He got contact on it towards the far post, but it just snaked wide of the far post as Diaz smacks the ground in frustration. But at half-time, as the whistle blows, it's been an eventful first half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it ends Tottenham 1, Liverpool 1. We started with some big chances early on for both teams at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The first chance was Maddison feeding Richarlison down the left side, and Richarlison put a ball right across the 6-yard box, and it was missed by everyone, including Kulusevski at the far post. That was 10 minutes in. A couple minutes later, a double save was forced out of Vicario as Gakpo's shot was firstly saved, and then a second shot was saved from Vicario from Robertson. That was in the 13th minute. 20th minute, Salah threaded the ball through to Szoboszlai, who hit a cross into the box, and Jones at the far post was the one who collected it. He struck it himself, and it was not diverted into the back of the net. And then in the 25th minute, a ball there to be won for Jones. He went for it. He went over the ball, and then his studs went right into the ankle of Bissouma. And even though he was given as a yellow card originally, Simon Hooper went over to the screen and converted the yellow card and diverted it into a red card, as he seemed it was serious foul play. So that put Liverpool on the back foot, and literally a few minutes later, there was a chance for Liverpool to go ahead in the game. It was 8 minutes after going down to 10 men. Diaz was slipped through by Salah in behind as Diaz had drifted from the left out to the right side of the box, and he hit it across goal into the bottom left corner, beating Vicario. But a VAR check saw that he was offside, so the goal was disallowed. And literally, about 120 seconds later, Heung-min Son had the ball in the back of the net for Tottenham. Maddison again feeding the ball in behind the Liverpool defence, finding Richarlison, whose ball across the 6-yard box was this time met by a Spurs man. It was Heung-min Son. He scores his first home Premier League goal of the season. It's his 6th altogether in the Premier League. And that was that for Tottenham in terms of goals in the first half. And then from the goal, it was Liverpool in control. 6 minutes was added on. And in the 4th minute of the 6th, it's Cody Gakpo who got the goal. It was a ball into the box by Szoboszlai. It was helped across by Van Dijk. It was missed by Matip. It fell to Gakpo, whose touch went away from goal, but he was able to spin, shoot beyond Vicario and into the back of the net to make it 1-1. And right at the end of the half, another great chance for Luis Diaz. It was an early cross from Mo Salah across the box. Finding Diaz, he was able to get a touch onto it. But unfortunately for Liverpool and Luis Diaz, he just poked it wide. And at half-time, it's been an even game, despite Liverpool going down to 10 men at 0-0. But at half-time, it is Tottenham 1, Liverpool 1. What a first half we've had there. I'm just going to go for a little bit for half-time. Just going to get something to eat and get a few drinks. But I'll be back in around 5 to 10 minutes. We'll go through the other fixtures at the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League. And then we'll get ready for the second half of this game between Tottenham and Liverpool. So at half-time, it's 1-1. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And make sure you're back and ready for the second half of this very closely fought fixture. Hello and welcome everyone back. Obviously, we've still got a little bit of half time to go until we're back underway. But what a frantic first half that was! Serious quality shown by both sides, especially Liverpool, with the fact they're down to 10 men and they went behind as well, and were able to pull it back to 1-1 in the same half. Really strong mindset and mentality from Liverpool, and that is instilled by Jurgen Klopp, the manager, who leads them and has led them since October 2015. That's now how long he's been at the club for. 434 games now. And this is his 303rd game in the Premier League. So he has been here for a long time. He's the longest lasting Premier League manager so far at the minute that we've got left, I believe. Don't think that's wrong to say, but it wouldn't surprise me if it if it is. But I think it goes Klopp then Guardiola, doesn't it? Because Guardiola went to City in the year after, in the summer of 2016. So he's been here for a while, and the stuff he's won. He's got 2 World Best Coach awards. Jurgen Klopp has won a Premier League, a Champions League, an FA Cup, a League Cup, 2 Bundesligas as well, while he was at Borussia Dortmund. That's an interesting thing. It's a really interesting thing with Liverpool players, or Liverpool, like the players who have been here for the whole Klopp era or for the majority of the winning. They've only won one of each trophy. Like they've won 1 Premier League, they've won 1 FA Cup, 1 Champions League, 1 League Cup, 1 Club World Cup, 1 Super Cup. They've won one of everything. They've not won anything twice yet under Jurgen Klopp. So that's just interesting. I mean, you'd rather win everything once than one thing 5 times. Personally, you'd rather get everything covered. So I'm not saying it. I'm not using it against him. I'm just saying it's just an interesting thing to see that everything they've won, they haven't defended. But what a game so far. Liverpool have had the ball in the back of the net twice. Diaz, right before the Tottenham goal, where he was deemed offside, the Colombian. I mentioned before, but Luis Diaz has scored in every game he's played against Tottenham. 2-2, both at Anfield as well. Just a quick look at the fixtures for the 3 o'clocks. We spoke about Villa Brighton at the beginning before the game, but Manchester United 0, Crystal Palace 1. It's a really bad home result, isn't it, for Manchester United? They beat them in the week. I know it's different. It's League Cup. I 100% understand that. But the fact they beat them in midweek, coming off the back of a decent 1-0 away win at Burnley, that's really bad. And talking of Burnley, still yet to pick up points. They've only got the 1 so far. And that came away at Forest. They were beaten 2-0 to Newcastle, which is probably a good result, really, because as Newcastle bagged at 8 last Sunday. And then the Wolves... The impressive thing about the Wolves result for me personally is the fact that they were pegged back by an Alvarez free kick in the 58th minute, and the fact they were able to respond and go back ahead. They had 3 shots apparently, 1 on target because one of them was an own goal from Diaz. Oh, and wow, okay, thanks for the warning. We're back underway. Okay, we'll leave that talking for a little bit later. We've had a change for Liverpool. Cody Gakpo, who was struggling with his knee and wasn't able to continue, and he's been replaced by Diogo Jota up front. So it is Tottenham kicking left to right, Liverpool right to left towards the corner where their away supporters have been put. And Van Dijk sends it out to the left. Midway inside the Tottenham half is with Diaz. He goes back 15 yards to Robertson. Into his own half with now Virgil van Dijk. So the one change, Gakpo off with a knee injury, the one who got the equaliser. And he's been replaced by Diogo Jota as Alisson clears it down the right channel for Liverpool. Drops off Udogie to Gomez on halfway. Tries to play it forward. It's deflects off Richarlison, not once but twice. And then he tackles Gomez again illegally. There'll be a free kick for Liverpool. Right on the halfway line on the right-hand side. So Jota on for goal scorer Gakpo, who couldn't continue with his injured knee that he picked up after scoring his goal. Did score in their last game. Diogo Jota in the 3-1 home win at West Ham. And here he is, nearly on the ball, but he's been tackled by left-back Udogie. And then Jota brings down Richarlison for the free kick On the far left-hand side for Tottenham, just inside their own half, and it's been played back now to Mickey van de Ven. He scored the 1 goal last season for Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga against Borussia Dortmund in November of last year. Yet to score so far for Tottenham, despite playing in every single game and all the minutes so far. He played the full 90 minutes in their League Cup defeat to Fulham on penalties, and he's played every minute in the Premier League. As he shifts it out to the left side here to Richarlison, ball inside to Basuma on halfway. He plays across to Romero. Bit of time on the ball here for the Argentine. Ball out to the right to Pape Sarr. He's got Kulusevski in front of him, and he'll feed it to Kulusevski, and he'll go back into Sarr on the angle for the cross. It's a low one. It's cut out by Van Dijk. It will be a throw-in for Tottenham, and I think it'll be taken quickly, and it will be, by Pape Sarr into Christian Romero, who will cross himself now to Van de Ven. Curling ball out to the left. Finds Richarlison. He's got Udogie making a run ahead of him. He'll try and go inside instead to Maddison. Deflects off Szoboszlai, and he'll get the return off Gomez. Playing out from the back here in a dangerous position here at the right back area. Forward to Jota. Tackled by Basuma. Kept in now by Richarlison. 1-on-1 with Gomez. Drives inside, gets away from Gomez, and Jota plays it. Son shoots on the edge of the box, blocked by Van Dijk. It will drop to Szoboszlai. 1-2 with Salah. Works out to the left now to Diaz. Chance for Liverpool to counter, but the pass forward by Diaz to Robertson has been cut out by Romero, and it will drop into the Liverpool half with Kulusevski on the right-hand side. Twisting, turning. Trying to get away from Luis Diaz, and he can't quite do so. Loses the ball in the end on the right side for Tottenham, and it's now in the left-back area with Szoboszlai. Forward to Diaz. He's cut him short here. Sarr. Maddison towards Son in the box. It just deflects off him and cleared by Van Dijk. Can't be helped away though by Jota. Shot by Richarlison. Deflects back out to the right to Kulusevski. In the final third. Plays it inside here to Romero, who's got forward from centre half. Working himself away from McAllister. Laying it back off into Kulusevski. It's now with Basuma. Maddison about 30 yards away from goal on the right side. Plays it forward to Romero in the corner of the box on the right. Back inside to Maddison. Left-footed shots, and it's a great save by Alisson. Towards that far post, he made a save on Maddison in the first half. Similar strike. This time he has to parry behind. Try to curl it. Really good, strong right hand there from Alisson. About 20 yards out, left foot, curling it, James Maddison. And it's a really good save from the goalkeeper. James Maddison looking for his 3rd goal of the season. He got 2 in a row against Bournemouth and Burnley in game 3 and 4. And here he is on the far side, in swinging corner. In it goes, centre of the box. It's headed away, I think, there by Jota. It was aimed towards Romero. It's then won back by Basuma on the edge of the box, and he'll win a free kick. And the new substitute will be booked there. Bad challenge there on Yves Basuma, the Malian international. Represents Mali as he moved there at the age of 13 after being born in the Ivory Coast. Cynical one that from Jota, got nowhere near the ball and took out Basuma. And that was a free kick for Tottenham. Positive start from Ange Postecoglou's men. Quite far out, about 35 yards out, just towards the left side of the pitch. So it'll be a crossing opportunity for Maddison with his right foot. He curls it in towards Van de Ven, header won by Matip on the edge of the box and helped away by Diaz. He'll give chase to his own header here, the Colombian, as it's headed out wide by Porro to Kulusevski. Lets it run across his body and he takes away from Szoboszlai in the final third. 1-on-1 with Gomez. Goes around the outside and cuts back onto his left foot and plays it forward into the box now to Romero. Back to goal. He plays it back to Udogie. Forward to Kulusevski. Tries to flick it back out towards Udogie, but it's cut out by Gomez and cleared by Alisson. Up towards Jota, who can't control it, but his poor control is dropped to Szoboszlai. Can't feed it out wide left to Diaz. Porro inside to Romero. You feel like a goal is on its way for Tottenham. Maddison, 25 yards out, tries to slip a ball through it, deflects to Udogie. Finds Son on the ball! What a save! No flag from the linesman, and it's an expert save from Alisson. He won Save of the Month in August, and he might have just won it for September. What a save! It fell to Son, who chested it, and he struck it with the right foot, and it was aiming towards the top left corner, and Alisson parried it over the crossbar. Really good save. In swinger, Maddison towards Romero. Definitely comes off the head of a Liverpool man, and that should be another corner kick, and it will be. And I think it'll be Maddison to take again. So close, Heung-min Son, getting a second brace in a row in the Premier League. Maddison goes short to Basuma. on the corner of the box here. Feeds it back into Maddison. In the box. Kills it. Far post header won by Van Dijk. Helped away by Robertson. He'll drop to Basuma, who plays it forward to Udogie. Back out to the left to Maddison. 1-on-1 with Robertson. Early cross met by the volley of Matip, and it'll go out for a throw-in for Tottenham, who are really putting Liverpool under pressure here early on in the second half. So just under 52 minutes in, as it's going to be a Liverpool throw-in. They were showing a camera angle of Van Dijk, so I didn't quite see how Tottenham lost the ball from the throw-in. But it is a Liverpool throw-in, midway inside their own half. 2 back-to-back saves there from Alisson within 2 minutes. His first one from Maddison, who was aiming towards the far post, and then his second one from Heung-min Son, whose volley was hit with wild pace and nearly shattered the back of the net. But it was kept out, and it's still 1-1. Both teams still without a loss this season in the Premier League. So they've got unbeaten records to keep hold of. As Van Dijk switches it out to the right. It's a high ball up towards Gomez, who can control it nicely and plays it back to Matip in the defensive third for Liverpool. Forward it goes towards halfway to Jota. McAllister into the Tottenham half it goes. In behind for Salah. He gets there ahead of Van de Ven. Plays it into the space for Gomez. He looks across, tries the cross. Well blocked by Romero. It'll drop through for a Liverpool throw-in. Good defending there from Romero, because the cross was going in there towards Luis Diaz, who wants a goal again today against Tottenham. He's already been denied one. At 0-0. Deemed offside. As we restart with Liverpool on the halfway line with Van Dijk. Out to the left to Robertson. Forward and inside to McAllister. Back it goes to Van Dijk again. Sees a ball out to the right, looking for Joe Gomez. He finds him and he nods it down to Jota, who's there in support. Gets away from Udogie, but then tackled by Richarlison. And the last touch comes off Jota. Be a throw in for Tottenham, midway inside their own half with Destiny Udogie, who finished 12th place last season when he was back on loan at Udinese. Udogie, Richarlison's pulled down on halfway by McAllister. And it'll be a free kick for Tottenham, who have averaged a position of 5th in the Premier League in the last 10 seasons. If you add up their last 10 finishes in the league and then divide it by 10, they are averaging a position of 5th. Last season was 8th, was the low, which has meant they are not in Europe this season, but that can help teams sometimes free up the schedule a little bit, work harder on finding a new way of playing, which Tottenham have done at the start of this season, as Udogie loses it in the left wing position as he gets forward from full back. He's currently battling here with McAllister on the right, who gets it away from Richarlison and Udogie. Great play from McAllister. Jota inside to Szoboszlai, sending it round the corner towards Salah, header won by Van de Ven, then finds Basuma, who's tackled fairly and strongly by Jota. He then pulls him down, the former Brighton midfielder, and it'll be a free kick for Liverpool, who wants to try and take it quickly, but the ball was moving as he kicked it. And it'll be a free kick for Liverpool on the halfway line. Couldn't be taken quickly there by Szoboszlai, as the ball was still moving as he kicked it. 10 minutes into this second half, it's mainly been Tottenham with the ball and with the chances. They've already been stopped twice through Alisson with superb saves. It's now a left centre-half Van Dijk, deep inside his own half. Lifted ball over the top, forward towards Diaz. It's well dealt with though by Romero. Chests it down, plays it forward to Kulusevski. Ball inside to Pape Sarr. Heavy touch, so he allows the tackle from McAllister. And it'll be Liverpool back in possession with Van Dijk towards left back. He has to shift it quickly away from Kulusevski. It's now Alisson, who thumps the ball away. Up it goes towards halfway. Again chested down by Romero to Porro, who gets beyond Robertson. Great bit of skill. And they switch out to the left to Richarlison. Midway inside the Liverpool half. He goes to his right to Basuma. About 35 yards out. He's looking right and left. He just goes back to Sarr. And the attack just slows down slightly. As Sarr sends it out to the right now to Porro. Early cross. In it goes. Met by Van Dijk in the 18-yard box. It's going to be brought down by Sarr. With a ball across to the left to Basuma. He gets it back to the halfway line to Romero. Drives into the Liverpool half. Brings it forward. Looking for an option. Not many there for him. He lays it off into James Maddison, who's drifting out to the right side. He plays it out to the right. Kulusevski, everything to his left. Plays another short ball into Maddison. Onto his right foot. Corner of the box. Plays it out to Kulusevski. Once more to Porro. Edge of the box. Deep cross towards Richarlison. Heads it across the box, and it's well collected on the 6-yard line by Alisson, who sends it away quickly. We know how good he is at this distribution, and he finds Salah on the right. Really good kick here from Alisson Becker. Salah bursting away from Romero towards the corner flag, and he wins the throw-in on that far side. He's so good at that. Alisson distributing the ball quickly out of his hands. He's not going to be quite able to keep an 80th clean sheet in the Premier League tonight. Alisson in his 180th appearance in the league. He's only actually ever played 38 games in a season once, Alisson. In the 2018-2019 season. Where he won one of his 2 golden gloves. As Liverpool lose it in the corner flag. Maddison feeds Son down the left-hand side. He drifted out to this left side. He's got Udogie bursting through down the centre. He plays it to him. Keeps it away from Robertson. Edge of the box. Udogie, the left-back. Finds Sarr from afar. Wants to shoot straight down the throat of Alisson. It's well held by the Brazilian. 6'4" goalkeeper. That's a good counter-attack. Maddison found Son well. Udogie bursting forward from left-back. And he was found by the South Korean. He kept it away from Robertson and shifted it away from Van Dijk on the edge of the box. He then found Sarr. Then 25 yards out, he struck straight at Alisson. It's now Diaz driving inside from the left side for Liverpool. Away from Pedro Porro. Midway inside the Tottenham half. He feeds it through towards Salah in the box. It's overhit. And the Egyptian doesn't quite have the pace on it to get there ahead of Vicario, who comes to sweep up for Tottenham. And it's back in possession now for Spurs. Pape Sarr in midfield. Midway inside his own half. The number 29. Only made 2 starts last season, Pape Sarr. It was a 2-0 home loss to Arsenal and that 6-0 away loss to Newcastle where he was brought off in the 23rd minute. Definitely one to forget for Tottenham because they then played Liverpool the week after in that 4-3 defeat and conceded 3 in 15 minutes. But they're a lot less leaky at the back now, Tottenham. Those days are well behind them. As Maddison plays it to Richarlison again. It's a carbon copy goal! Yes, it is! Son taps it home. The celebrations are limited because the flag's gone up. Literally the same as the first. Maddison through the Liverpool defence to Richarlison on the left. He pokes it across to Son. Maddison found Richarlison. Yeah, just made his run early. Richarlison offside. Got it in between Matip and Gomez. Pulled it across Richarlison. Son poked it home to the bottom right corner, but Richarlison had just gone early and offside, so it should remain 1-1. 31 minutes to play. Still all level at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Gomez gives it away to Richarlison. It falls through to Maddison on the left. Gomez tries to recover, and he does do so by conceding the corner. Really good play, though, for that disallowed goal. It was literally the exact same as the first, as Maddison takes it quickly to Basuma. Across the box, it goes to Van de Ven. Once more to Romero. Back out left, it goes to Basuma. Maddison's there for support. He'll play it to him, furthest left. He's got everything to his right here, Maddison. Plays it back into Basuma. Forward in the box to Udogie. Towards the byline. Can he pull it across? He can! And it's well dealt with by Liverpool in the 6-yard box. It's a corner kick. It was well kept in by Udogie to get the cross in. I think he was aiming towards Pape Sarr. But it was well dealt with, I think, by Joe Gomez in the 6-yard box. Half an hour to play. Tottenham piling the pressure on 10-man Liverpool. In-swinger, Maddison. In it goes towards Romero. Flicked behind by Matip. It will be retrieved by Son. He finds Kulusevski in the corner of the box. Onto his left foot. Plays it across. First time strike by Basuma. Blocked. Falls to Salah. Can't keep it. Kulusevski tries to poke it forward towards Son in the box. But it's overhit. And the South Korean can't take it under control. Goal kick Liverpool. As Jurgen Klopp's men continue to survive this onslaught at the start of the second half. Where Tottenham had the ball in the back of the net, but he was offside. 2 saves from Alisson as well. From Maddison and Son have kept it all square. Robertson down the left side. Can't find Diaz. Porro gets there ahead of him. Back heels it nicely into Sarr. And back he goes to Romero on halfway. Tottenham again can build from the back. Building momentum. Building chances. Wanting to score goals. And they want to try and make the most of Liverpool having 10 men. Opportunities don't come often like this. Newcastle spurned theirs when they were beaten 2-1 by Liverpool a few weeks ago. Romero at the back for Tottenham. They still build, try to find a way through this red wall they've got in front of them. As it's now with Vicario midway inside the Tottenham half, all in blue tonight. Guillermo Vicario played 2 full seasons in Serie A for Empoli. I believe. No, for Empoli and another Italian club before making the move to Tottenham. Basuma drives forward, pokes it away from McAllister, completes the 1-2 with Porro. Basuma, 25 yards away from goal, shifts it out to the right to Kulusevski. Right foot, early cross, back post, towards Richarlison, well caught in the 6-yard box by Alisson. Richarlison was waiting, he was wanting it there, the Brazilian. He did spend 4 years at Everton. On the blue side, Merseyside, Richarlison, who has a great record for Brazil, 20 goals in 46 caps for his country. 3 of them in the World Cup, 2 against Serbia and 1 against South Korea in the last 16. As Liverpool lose it with the Alisson throw-out. Plays one back from Kulusevski by McAllister and Robertson working together at left-back. It's now Diaz. Forward to Robertson on halfway. Cut out by Romero, but it's one back by Szoboszlai. Back it is on the edge of the 18-yard box to Van Dijk. Helps it on once more to Alisson. Out to the right it goes. Cut out in the final third though by Richarlison. He will drive forward and he shifts off Gomez, and he plays it across, and on the 6-yard line, Van Dijk clears for a throw. Tottenham are screaming for an equaliser here. Surely it's going to come sooner rather than later. Pape Sarr. Van der Ven. On the left side here for Tottenham. Goes forward to Udogie. Midway side to the Liverpool half. Basuma forward to Maddison, brought down cynically by Joel Matip. Free kick for Tottenham on the left hand side. Again, way too far up for a shot. Definitely an inviting area to put a cross in as Maddison stays down. Maddison back to his feet after being brought down there by Matip. And he will take in this free kick on the left side. So it'll be an in-swinging ball and taken quickly down the left-hand side for Son towards the byline. Keeps it away from Robertson. Facing the box. He plays it back towards Maddison. On the angle. Low cross met by Matip. And it clears right into the path for Salah. That's a perfect clearance. Salah can take it on. He drives into the Tottenham half. Into the final third. He's been met by Basuma. Tries to take him on a first time. And then he gets it away from him a second time. Really well done from Basuma. But he tries to turn Salah. What is he doing? Always give a free kick. Oh my days, that is so bad. And he booked Salah for his reaction. Refereeing in this country is at an all-time low. We have got the worst officials in the world by so far. So the clearance is made by Matip straight into the path of Mo Salah. Quite a fortunate clearance, but Liverpool won't care. They need all the luck they can get. He's tackled by Basuma a first time, but the ball's still there to be won. And the Basuma wins it a second time. He tries to turn Salah. Barely any contact, and the linesman and the referee give a free kick. Literally a tiny little pull at the arm, maybe. Nothing major. And he books Salah for his kicking the ball reaction. That is just beyond shocking refereeing. It's Tottenham bringing away on their right-hand side with Kulusevski. He's been doubled up here by Diaz and Robertson. Tries to flick it inside towards Porro. Deflects off Szoboszlai for Kulusevski. And he's tackled by Robertson. Corner. Robertson's not happy. He wanted a goal kick. Don't think Simon Hooper is quite on the good side of Liverpool. Let's have a look here. Robertson tackled it. I'm not quite sure, to be honest, as we've taken the corner. Across it goes to the edge of the box to Basuma. Back out to the right to Sarr. Back into Basuma. He's looking out wide right and he will find Maddison on his right foot. It's a ball in and it's a header away by Matip. It's a diving one on the edge of the 6-yard line. Another corner for Tottenham as the pressure continues. This would be Spurs' 49th win in the history of the fixture. Liverpool have won 89 previously. 31 of them in the Premier League. 11 of them away from home. Maddison, low ball to the near post. Volleyed away by Robertson. It will drop though in the air to Kulusevski, who controls it nicely and plays it forward into Maddison. They're going to have another go at this. Kulusevski's overlapping. He'll use that as a decoy and play inside to Udogie. Shifts it on once more behind Son. And now it'll drop to Diaz. Counter-attack is well on. Szoboszlai. Just still in his own half. He flames it into Salah. Into the Tottenham half he goes. Beyond one, but he can't get away from this slide tackle of Porro. He will play it down the line to Son. Go inside to Basuma. Really well defended there by Pedro Porro. Basuma. Ball over the top down the right-hand side. Kulusevski couldn't keep it in, but even if he could, he was flagged offside. Remains 1-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's been a crazy game, non-stop, the whole first 66.5 minutes. It's now Van Dijk, midway inside his own half, the UEFA Men's Player of the Year back in the 2018-2019 season. A lot of people say that he's past his peak, Virgil van Dijk, now at the age of 32, as Matip goes on one of his adventurous runs, but he's been dispossessed just inside the Tottenham half by Romero, who tries to play the ball backwards. It deflects forward to Robertson, who will then receive the ball back from Matip. Goes for a switch. Cut out by Udogie, midway inside his own half. Really good play there from the Italian left-back, who will drive forward. Tripped by Jota on halfway. And it'll be a free kick for Tottenham, and Jota's booked. I thought Jota was already booked. Am I wrong? Udogie was driving forward, and he just clipped the heels there of the left-back, Jota. No, I don't think he was booked. Jota's first booking. Okay. I thought he'd already been booked then. So Jota remains on the pitch. The Portuguese international came off the bench, and it looks like with 22 minutes to go, Heung-min Son is coming off. I'm going to have a guess that is an injury issue, because I find it hard to believe they take him off with 22 minutes to go with the game being 1-1. But he is replaced by Israeli international Manor Solomon, signed on a free in the summer. He's got the 2 assists in the Premier League so far. Both came away at Burnley. It's 2 starts so far for Solomon against Sheffield United and Burnley, the 2 promoted sides they played so far. And now he comes off the bench against Liverpool. So Richarlison will go up front. Manor Solomon on the left, who did spend last season on loan at Fulham, as he wins the ball back here alongside Udogie, who's brought down again by Jota. He's just been booked. Big questions for Simon Hooper. And it's a second red. Diogo Jota sent off. 2 yellow cards in the space of a minute. And Liverpool are down to 9. Diogo Jota, who came on at half-time to replace Cody Gakpo, who was off injured with a knee injury, who got the equaliser for Liverpool, has now been sent off. He's had minimal effect on the game. Let's have a look. He was barging and he was tackled fairly by Udogie. And as he tried to win the ball back, Jota, he lunged in, got nowhere near the ball. And realistically, it's a yellow card challenge, you know what I mean? So the fact that he was already on a booking, it does result in that being a red. It's not a red card on its own, but the fact it's his second yellow card, I think that's a fair dismissal. 2 bookable offences by Jota, both on Destiny Udogie. And it's now 11v9. It gets bad to worse for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp can't believe it. Jota's allowed to walk. He's not being seen by Klopp. And they're taking the free kick. Back out to Maddison on the left. In the box. In the corner of the box. He sends a ball in. It deflects over the bar. Corner. Tottenham have got to believe they can win this game now. Curtis Jones, red card in the 26th minute. Jota in the 69th. Taken quickly to Basuma short. Porro back out to Basuma on the left. Maddison onside. Flag stays down. He drives across the box. Can he find a shot? No, he lay it off to Porro. Back out to Basuma on the left. He's got Udogie next to him, but he tries to go to his right to Maddison. Gives it away to Diaz, who looks for Salah, who wins the throw-in. Porro just has to clear away on halfway. This is something else. Looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold is getting ready to come on. He's missed the last 4 games in all competitions through a hamstring injury, and it looks like Darwin Núñez is going to be coming on as well. All I'm saying, imagine if Liverpool could somehow take the winner here. 11v9. Throwing down the line by Gomez. It'll be kept alive by Sally. Pokes it back into Gomez towards halfway. Not got many options. And he loses out to Manor Solomon. Ball inside now to Basuma. He's going to look towards the right side. And he'll play it across here to Porro, who's just passed it beyond the halfway line to Kulusevski. Back inside to Porro again. They've got just under 20 minutes plus added on time with 2 men extra. Udogie. Forward to Solomon in the final third, shaping up one-on-one with Gomez. Doesn't fancy taking on the former Charlton defender, so goes back to Udogie, now into Basuma. Across it goes to the right now to Pape Sarr. He's got Kulusevski with him. He'll feed it forward towards him in the final third. Shifts it onto the left foot. Across it goes to Basuma, 25 yards from goal. Goes to the left himself to Udogie. Forward to Solomon. Back out to the edge of the box to Maddison. No spaces for any shots so far as Basuma keeps the ball ticking out wide right to Sarr, who keeps it away from Diaz. It's now with Romero. Just lays it off 5 yards to his left to Basuma. He's looking left himself and he'll find Maddison. Can he link up with Solomon here? He'll play it into the path of the Israeli international and he'll get the ball ahead of Gomez. He'll play back out to Maddison. Edge of the box. Chops onto his left. Lays it back off to Solomon. Can we get a cross in the box? He'll go back to Maddison again. On the edge. Fancies a shot. Blocked by McAllister. Loops in the air. Header won by Matip and he's brought down by Udogie. And there'll be a free kick and a massive sigh of relief for Liverpool with a free kick on the edge of the box as they still have 9 men remaining. And it's a triple change. So no Darwin Nunez, who was stripped ready. He's got the bib back on. So it'll be a triple change. It will be Wataru Endo, the Japanese new signing. He'll come on for Joe Gomez. That's the first change. Signed from Stuttgart. Wataru Endo, 30 years of age now. Only the one start so far in the Premier League for him. That came against Newcastle away. Luis Diaz will be replaced as well. And Salah will be coming off as well. So Diaz, Salah and Gomez off for Konate, Alexander-Arnold and Endo. So it looks like very much so and very much understandably so, Liverpool are going to go for a point. They're going to try and defend this point they've got and take it home with them. It will be then 5 wins and 2 draws from the opening 7. Cannot complain with that. And the 2 draws have come away from home to Tottenham and Chelsea. So not the worst results really for Liverpool. So let's see how they set up here. So they're going to go to a back 5 with Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Matip and Robertson. 3 midfield of Szoboszlai, Endo and McAllister. And I think that'll be it. They've run out of players. So it's a 5-3 formation with no one up front for Liverpool. As Alisson takes the free kick out to Alexander-Arnold, who keeps it in and forces the challenge from Solomon. And it'll be a throw-in for Liverpool, midway inside the Tottenham half. Gets them up the field. It'll be a lot of time wasted now from Liverpool, and I don't blame them at all. Down to 9 men. Red cards for Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota. Szoboszlai kicks it off Solomon. Another throw-in, closer towards the corner flag now. Right in front of those travelling away supporters. And for Diogo Jota, off the bench, he was making his 150th Premier League appearance, and he's been sent off in it. Not a great way to commemorate quite a good landmark as Trent Alexander-Arnold's gone for a cross. It deflects off Solomon, and that is a corner kick for the Reds. Do they fancy maybe trying to nick a goal here? This would be something. They have got height in that box. They've got 3 huge centre-halves in Konate, Matip and Van Dijk. So they've got to fancy getting this in the box and winning the header. This would seriously be an upset from this position. It's going to be an outswinger from Alexander-Arnold. 4 in the box. One of them's Van Dijk who wins the header. And it's a wild one, wide and high. And it'll be a goal kick for Tottenham. But he did win it there, Van Dijk. He was also been sent off himself this season away at Newcastle. First ever red card he got for Liverpool. And he won his header there on Kulusevski and Romero. But couldn't quite direct it into the back of the net. 15 minutes to go. 1-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 2 players sent off for Liverpool. They've got to do a lot of defending. They're currently doing a 5-3 formation. No strikers, just defenders and midfielders. Try to see this point out with 15 to go. Plus added on time. It's out to the left to Udogie. Into the final third now. Furthest left is Solomon. He's got Alexander-Arnold one-on-one. He goes back inside to Udogie. Across to the right to Basuma. About 30 yards away from goal. Everyone behind the ball for Liverpool. It's now Romero. Back across to Basuma, centre of the pitch. Goes back out to the right to Romero. Across to Van der Ven. I think it is important Tottenham don't rush anything here. They've got to try and create the chances, create the openings. Maddison out to the right to Romero. They're getting closer to the edge of the box here, Tottenham. Basuma. Porro. 22 yards out. Goes for a curling cross towards the far post. It's beyond everyone, but it will be kept in towards the corner flag by Solomon, who's been flagged offside. Really bad from Solomon. Can't be getting caught offside there. And Postecoglou will be very frustrated if his side can't come away with a win. Second half stats, Liverpool have had 1 shot, 0 on target. Tottenham have had 8, 3 on target with 68% possession as well. Long cleared ball by Liverpool, headed back towards his own goal by Udogie, and he's got the ball back from his goalkeeper to play forward. It's Bazuma to drive forward. Beyond the halfway line he goes. On the ball. All men behind the ball in red. Goes out to the left to Maddison. Solomon's making a run forward. Richarlison's in the box as well. He drives on the inside though. And goes to his right to Basuma. Out it goes to Kulusevski. Forward to Porro. Cross in towards the near post. I think he may have deflected off Van Dijk. And he nearly caught Alisson out. But he was there to save at the near post. The former Roma goalkeeper. Unfortunate there by Pedro Porro, making his 6th start in a row in the Premier League. Alisson, huge kick down the left-hand side, looking for Robertson, midway inside the Tottenham half. He doesn't win the header on Romero, but it drops to Endo, heads it forward, then drops to Szoboszlai off Pepe Sarr. Robertson, down the left it goes to Szoboszlai, flag stays down. Right on the corner flag, Szoboszlai keeps it to Endo. Tackle by Kulusevski, but he keeps it away from him. Then tackle by Romero for a throw-in. Really well won there by Wataru Endo, as he forced the throw-in to be won after the challenge from Christian Romero. And it'll be Robertson to take it, and he'll take his time. The Scotsman, not in any kind of rush, the number 26. He throws it into Endo, gets the reply back into Robertson. To his right is Szoboszlai. From afar, he strikes to challenge Vicario, but it's an easy save, and he'll roll it out quickly to Udogie. That might have been the wrong option from the Hungarian. And here we go, into the Liverpool half. Manor Solomon. He's got Udogie making a run ahead of him. He goes with Brown, Alexander-Arnold, well easily. Plays it through towards the byline to Udogie. Keeps it in with a pullback, deflects off Matip. It's now back to Solomon. Edge of the box in Maddison. Out to the right, it goes to Porro. He can hit them. He strikes it. It deflects beyond Alisson for a corner. It was a poor decision by Szoboszlai to shoot, and it led to that counter-attack, which nearly led to a goal. Played it short to Basuma. Out to Porro. Cross on the angle, headed away by Van Dijk. 12 yards out, and it will drop to Maddison. He's got Solomon to his left. He'll turn again instead to his right to Porro. Furthest back for Tottenham. Back out it goes to Maddison on the left. On the edge of the box is Solomon. 1-on-1 with Alexander-Arnold. Shifts it onto his right foot. Lays it off to Maddison on the edge. Back to Solomon again. Across it goes to Sarr. Patience from Tottenham. Basuma on the right. He's got Kulusevski with him. He'll play it to him. He's got everything to his left here, Kulusevski, and he'll play it across to Romero on the edge. Maddison just can't get it in the box. Here he's in the corner of the box. It's Solomon on the left. Shooting, deflecting wide, and that should be a corner. Or is it a goal kick? I think came off a Spurs man, actually. Definitely took a nick off someone. Eventually, when they were able to shoot here, Solomon, it deflected off Van Dijk, off Richarlison, and out for a goal kick. As Liverpool still survive. They're going to make another change here. It's going to be another midfielder, number 38, Ryan Gravenberch, signed for £34.2 million from Bayern Munich, who signed him last season from Ajax for £16 million. So they made a decent little profit on him, the German side, but he's going to come on off the bench for a third game in a row for Liverpool. He's going to replace number 10, Alexis McAllister, who's worked his socks off in that midfield. And the Liverpool red card tally is now up to 4 after 7 games. Obviously, McAllister was sent off in their opening game at home against Bournemouth. Van Dijk the game after at Newcastle. Now 2 again today with Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota. So quite a few red cards so far for Liverpool as Alisson takes the goal kick beyond the halfway line, looking for Gravenberch. Header won by Romero, headed back forward by Endo. On halfway is Robertson, lifts it in behind down the left for Gravenberch, who's not going to give chase to that because it was already bowling out of play. And it's a quick throw-in taken by Romero, midway inside his own half into Sarr, who now drives forward with it inside his own half. Out to the left it goes to Udogie. Under 10 minutes to go, plus any added on time we get. Forward to Solomon, was brought on for Heung-min Son with 22 minutes to go. Plays it in behind. Maddison, byline, pulls it across. Blocked by Matip. Corner kick. Really resolute defending here from Liverpool, who've got 2 man less. Taken quickly by Maddison to Solomon. To the edge of the box it goes to Sarr. 5-yard pass to his right to Basuma. 30 yards away from goal. Goes to his right against Porro. Here's Kulusevski. Always an outlet on the right. The Swedish international. Back he goes to his left to Porro. Across to Basuma. Tries to dink it out towards Solomon. Headed won by Szoboszlai and flicked away by Endo. It'll be brought down here by Pepe Sarr. It's a heavy touch and he'll just about shift it back to his goalkeeper Vicario, despite Szoboszlai closing down. Here he is, Romero, just about entering the Liverpool half. Porro into the path of Kulusevski, into the final third on the right-hand side. One-on-one with Alexander-Arnold at the minute. He gets beyond Gravenberch as well. Goes down in the box, but seems a bit too light for a penalty. And play will continue as Alexander-Arnold still out here on the left side, as he's been tackled fairly for a throw-in. Well won there by Alexander-Arnold. Let's have a look here. Kulusevski driving inside, trying to get onto his left foot. Got beyond Alexander-Arnold, and then Gravenberch came over. It's not a great challenge from the Dutch midfielder, dangling a leg out. But no, Kulusevski was already falling over. No chance of a penalty. As Tottenham make a change, Udogie at left back comes off. He's been up and down a lot, so just needs a rest for the rest of the game. Fresh legs on, and also Pape Sarr is replaced by Oliver Skipp, who comes on for his fourth Premier League appearance. He hasn't played any minutes in the last 2 Premier League games, Oliver Skipp, until now. Robertson long throw up towards Gravenberch. Loses out with a chested touch, and it's a throw-in for Tottenham. Tackled there, Oliver Skipp getting his first touch. Tackled by Gravenberch. Can the Tottenham changes make a difference to British players coming on? With Davies and Skipp, as Davies plays it forward to Solomon. Again, one-on-one with Alexander-Arnold. Goes to the edge of the box to Basuma. Romero, 40 yards from goal. No one really pressing him. Liverpool players quite scared to come out of position as Van Dijk pokes the ball away there from James Maddison, and he's caught as Maddison tried to re-win the ball. And it's another free kick for Liverpool. They're doing a mammoth job here of keeping this game at 1-1. Be very interested to see how much added on time there is. Six and a half minutes to go. Tottenham stay frustrated. Liverpool continue to battle. It'll be a free kick just in front of their 18-yard box for Alisson to take. Tottenham's line is on the halfway line, and he'll send it out to the left to Robertson, who will control it nicely. And he'll play it inside to Endo. Still quite close to his own half here, Endo, but he gets a switch out towards the right side. It's well cut out by Solomon. Alexander-Arnold had space there on the right, and he was nearly found by the Japanese international. Push back in Tottenham possession. Romero, pull forward to Maddison. The magician trying to slip it through and behind for Solomon. Overran the pass. Couldn't quite find the Israeli. It'll be a ball to fall into the hands of Alisson. Signed a 5-year contract, Manor Solomon at Tottenham. Came off the bench twice last season for Fulham against Liverpool, and he's done it again today. Coming off the bench is Ben Davies. His header back towards his own goalkeeper, short, and it had to be helped behind and back to his own goalkeeper by Romero because Szoboszlai was chasing it. 5.5 minutes to go. It's still 1-1. Tottenham are the only team with the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. Porro. Midway inside his own half is Kulusevski on the right side. Back to Porro on halfway. Inside it goes to Basuma. It's now Romero. Across on the halfway line to Van de Ven. Now forward to Maddison, who's trying to link up with Solomon again on the left. Doesn't use the winger. Instead puts the ball in the box himself. Headed won by Matip. Hooked away with the left boot of Alexander-Arnold. Only as far as Van de Ven, who's camped inside the Liverpool half here. The Tottenham defence. As it's back out to the left again to Solomon. One-on-one with Alexander-Arnold. Shifts it onto his right foot. Lays it across. Edge of the box. Basuma strikes. Box comes off Richarlison. And into the hands of Alisson. Not sure if Richarlison was onside, but it doesn't matter anyway because the ball was saved. Basuma hit it first time. It was going well wide. And it deflected in the end. Easy save for Alisson. Big ball up towards Robertson in the left wing position. He's battling hard and he comes out with it. But he was caught. Well, he caught someone. Free kick for Tottenham. And Robertson's gone down after he was caught by Romero. It's Porro who's gone down, holding the left side of his face. Andy Robertson's going to go in the book here. I don't think he'll be happy. So the ball went up for Robertson. And he challenged Porro for it. And he caught him in the face. And his play carried on because they couldn't hear the whistle of the referee. Robertson was then caught in the face himself by Romero. As he's slowly getting back to his feet now, Robertson. And then he gets handed the yellow card by Simon Hooper. Liverpool's last loss in all competitions. Simon Hooper was the referee. It was 1st of April of this year. 4-1 away loss to Manchester City. They're not losing tonight, though, as it stands. As just an elbow in the face there by Robertson as he was aerially challenging Porro to the ball. It's his first booking of the season. We're back underway. We're just over 3 minutes to go. Maddison in almost a left-back position here, just playing like a deep lying playmaking role. Romero shifts it to Basuma. Then centre of the field, and he tries to work it out wide left, and it's cut out by Szoboszlai. Holds the ball up. Endo's making a run forward, and he pokes it to the Japanese international who's on the right wing, and then he plays it forward and through to Szoboszlai in the edge of the 18-yard box, and Van der Ven pokes it behind. Well, Van der Ven did poke it behind for a corner, but I think the referee blew for a free kick. Basuma booked. As Endo played it down the line, he was caught by a late challenge from Basuma in the face. I think it'll be a free kick instead of a corner, which Liverpool will probably be not very happy with, really. Yeah, full 5 fingers in the face there for Endo from Basuma. I think it will be a free kick and not a corner, which is not probably the right way round. They probably wanted no yellow card in the corner, really. But Alexander-Arnold will take. It's about 10-15 yards inside the Tottenham half, so we're quite far away from the goal. But it's definitely a chance to try and just punt a long ball into the box. Matip, Konate, Van Dijk are all up for it. Konate strayed offside. Alexander-Arnold's put it in, and it's caught by Vicario. Flag went up for the offside on Konate, but play continues as Tottenham have the ball with Davies, the left-back, driving forward. He has to be stopped in his tracks through Konate, but he turns away from the Frenchman and lays it off into Maddison, who's just past the halfway line with a pass out to the left to Solomon. Driving towards the final third. He wants to get onto his right foot, and he'll do that. Can't shoot, though. He'll play a pass across to Romero. Kulusevski's got space on the right. He goes instead to the left to Maddison, who will then curl it out to the right to Kulusevski. Good touch with the chest. Cuts onto his left foot. Edge of the box. He wants to shoot. He lays it off. Maddison doesn't catch it right. Blocked and falls to Szoboszlai. His ball forward is won by Gravenberch. And Szoboszlai wins a free kick. Romero with the booking. As Szoboszlai poked it forward, Romero put in a challenge, but it was a late one. Caught his man. And it will be a free kick on the edge of the box. Slipped a little bit there, Romero. He's got the 2 goals himself this season. Away at Brentford. Sorry, the 1 goal so far this season. No, I can't. 2 goals. Away at Brentford and away at Burnley as well. As Tottenham, 30 seconds ago, make, I think, another double change here. So Basuma is replaced by Højbjerg, and young striker Alejo Vélez, the 20-year-old Argentine brought in the summer from Rosario Central, replaces James Maddison. It's a last roll of the dice for Ange Postecoglou. Van Dijk takes the free kick, big ball, in behind, down the right channel. He'll find Szoboszlai who's onside, tries the first time pass inside, and it will be picked up by Trent Alexander-Arnold. In the final third here, turns Solomon and wins the throw-in off Ben Davies, and they celebrate it like a goal. 6 minutes of added on time, held up by a 4th official tonight, Michael Oliver. Thrown by Szoboszlai. Endo has it, turns forward, plays out to the right towards Alexander-Arnold, cut out by Davies, into the 18-yard box for Tottenham. They need to clear it up the field. Højbjerg goes across to Romero, back to the left to Van der Ven. They need to try and make the most of this. It'll be a really big missed opportunity here for Tottenham, and it'll be back-to-back draws for them. Solomon now on the left, halfway inside the Liverpool half. He drives inside, plays it. Richarlison takes a touch in the box, can't get away from Matip, and Alisson collects. It's been really good defensively for Liverpool tonight. They've only kept the 1 clean sheet so far this season in all competitions. Conceded against Leicester, going 1-0 down against Leicester in the week, and also going 1-0 down against Lask in the Europa League. Big kick from Alisson out of his hands towards Robertson in the left wing position. It's a header won by Porro across goal. That'll be brought down by Højbjerg on the edge of the 18-yard box, and they build from the back again. Play 1 minute of the 6 added. Davies forward and out left to Solomon. They've used him a lot since coming on for the last 20 minutes, but he's not really had the desired effect he might do now, going around Alexander-Arnold and having to take him on again. And putting a cross in the box there. Solomon, it's met by Alisson, punched away. Falls as far as Højbjerg, about 50 yards away from goal, so he spreads it out wide right to Kulusevski. There's men in the box here for Tottenham. Kulusevski towards the byline, pulls it back, deflects to the edge of the box where it'll drop to Szoboszlai, who gets beyond Romero, but can't get away from Van der Ven. And then Romero shifts it out to the left now. And Tottenham is still in possession. Højbjerg chips it out to the right. He finds Kulusevski. Good chested touch here. One-on-one with Robertson. Cuts in. Left foot. Cross. Header won by Van Dijk to the edge of the box. Chested down by Højbjerg. Porro. Cross. Far post. Richarlison! Easy save. It's a really easy save at the near post. Didn't quite meet it there. The former Everton man trying to haunt Liverpool. Headed it down into the ground, but it was simple for Alisson, who's had a fantastic game again today, making 2 superb saves earlier on in the half to Maddison and Son. Kicks it out of play. Alisson aiming for Szoboszlai on the left. Couldn't find any of them. Any shirt in red. As Jurgen Klopp watches on. His team have fought so well. Kulusevski on the right in the final third, wanting to enter the box, lays it off behind him to Porro on the angle. He digs a cross out towards Richarlison, header won by Matip. He'll drop to Gravenberch on the edge of the box, who play it to Szoboszlai. Forward again to Gravenberch, can't find the Dutchman in the centre circle, headed forward by Romero. It's now a Højbjerg again, looking out to that Tottenham right, and he'll get it to Kulusevski. He's got skipping support. He will make a run into the box. He'll use it as a decoy, goes onto his left, lays it off to the edge of the box to Porro. Back out to Kulusevski on the right. Porro out to the left. 3 minutes of the game to go. Højbjerg. Solomon. In the box. In the corner of the box. He goes back to the edge of the box to Højbjerg. From afar, he shoots. It's a low one. It's blocked by Canate. Drops to Velis, who will then work it back to Porro. Back out wide to Kulusevski on the right. Forward to Skip. Tries the cross. Blocked. And cleared forward by Szoboszlai. And it was brought down exactly on halfway by Mickey van der Ven. As Tottenham up for a winner against 9 men Liverpool. 1 red card in the first half and 1 in the second half. Jones and Jota. Solomon on the left. Onto his right foot. Can't work across. Goes to the edge of the box to Højbjerg. Out to the right to Kulusevski. There's plenty of bodies in there for Tottenham. They need to get across in the box. Kulusevski crosses. It's so far over hit. And it's straight out for a goal kick for Liverpool. Really poor there from Dejan Kulusevski, who's a lot better than that. The man with 2 goals so far this season. He got a 100th minute winner against Sheffield United in game week 4. So Kulusevski has already brought the goods with a winner. They are 2 out of 2 as well at home in the league so far. Tottenham, that could change with Liverpool still somehow holding on as Alisson has been booked for time wasting. But I don't think he'll mind. Alisson will still have an unbeaten record if it stays 1-1. He's 9 out of 9 against Tottenham for wins. This will make it 10 games, 9 wins and a draw. So still unbeaten. Great goal kick to Szoboszlai on the left. Plays it forward, deflects off Porro and then gets it back. And then he's taken out by Oliver Skip on the left. And it's a free kick won by Liverpool. And with just over a minute to play, will Jurgen Klopp's men hold out for the draw? This would be a serious result here away at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Tottenham have looked so dangerous, scoring so many goals. 16 they've got so far this season now, including today, with the ball forward to Gravenberch, who keeps it alive on the far left for Liverpool. He's running towards the corner flag, running towards the box now, but he's tackled really fairly by Van der Ven, and he'll get it across to Højbjerg, who will drive forward, away from Endo. Could we have one more chance here? Davies, back to Højbjerg, out wide left it goes to Solomon. We're in the Liverpool half. Højbjerg continuing his run down the left. Solomon drives inside, plays out to the right to Kulusevski. He's got to get the cross right this time. Running at Robertson, corner of the box, lays it off behind him to Romero. 35 seconds to go. Out to the right it goes. Pedro Porro slamming it across and it's in! Joel Matip with the own goal, and with 30 seconds to go, Tottenham win the game. It's beyond heartbreak for Liverpool, who have defended ever so well since going down to 9 men. And Joel Matip diverts it into his own goal. Top right corner. Not a chance Alisson keeps that one out. And Tottenham continue their 100% start to the season at home. 3 games, 3 wins, 0 defeats as well so far. Jurgen Klopp looks deflated, and rightly so. His team have been so good keeping Tottenham out for this second half since going down to 10 men in the 69th minute. But as Porro got the ball on the right-hand side, instead of putting a lifted ball in, he just slammed it across the ground, low into the 6-yard box, looking for the likes of Skip, who is in there, Richarlison as well. But as Matip tries to clear it away with his left foot, he slices it into the top right corner. It's devastating for the number 32. Head in hands, drops to his knees, but Ange Postecoglou won't care. It's Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1. Matip with the late own goal. And it looks like Liverpool will be falling to a defeat against Tottenham for the first time since October 2017. They were 11 unbeaten against Tottenham in the league before today, and that might change. We've played beyond the 6. We scored the goal with 30 seconds to go. So we'll play a little bit more added time. Szoboszlai thinks over the top of the Tottenham defence towards Van Dijk. He had to let it go because he was offside and Gravenberch can't get there. Oh, it's such a fluky own goal, but it's what pressure brings. It causes mistakes like that. And Postecoglou and his side looks like they're going to be beating Liverpool. Something that doesn't happen very often for Tottenham. It will take Tottenham to second, a point behind Manchester City. They're attacking again down the left. Solomon towards the corner flag. He will let the ball run for a corner. And that'll be enough for the referee. In a very intense matchup between Tottenham and Liverpool. It's Tottenham who come out on top with a 96th minute winner. There was 30 seconds left on the clock when Joel Matip sliced a clearance into his own goal. The pressure from Tottenham was relentless. They were patient. They didn't force chances. They let the chances come and create themselves. And the most dangerous one of all, Pedro Porro, a low ball into the 6-yard box. Just more hope and praying more than anything. Wasn't really aiming for anyone. But as Matip wanted to clear with his weaker left foot, he sliced it into the top right corner. Gifts Tottenham the 3 points. They go up to second. They remain unbeaten. Only Tottenham and Arsenal now are the unbeaten sides left in the Premier League. It's what character brings as Matip's heads straight down the tunnel. Devastating for the Cameroon international. It's delight for Tottenham Hotspur, who under Ange Postecoglou really look like they are changing direction and the only way is up. No Europe to concentrate on. They've only got the league. And I think this will be a blessing in disguise for Tottenham. Heartbreak for Liverpool. They've got to get credit. They were down to 10 men in the 26th minute through Curtis Jones. They conceded 10 minutes later through Heung-min Son. But they got an equaliser right before half-time with Cody Gakpo, who went off injured at half-time with a knee injury. And then they were brought down to 9 men with 20 minutes to go. And it was defending, and all they could do was defend. But it just wasn't enough to see it out. Matip with the own goal, assisted by a cross from Pedro Porro on the right-hand side. It's gut-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. But it's 3 points for Tottenham. And somehow, after defending so well, Liverpool walk away empty-handed. Their unbeaten run against Tottenham finishes. Their previous 11 against Tottenham, they hadn't been beaten. They'd won 8 and drawn 3. And now for Tottenham, they have won 2 games in the last 24 against Liverpool, dating back 10 years ago. So still, not a great record against Liverpool, but could the tide be changing now under Ange Postecoglou? And it ends here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Liverpool 1. What a game. That really was something else, that. So good. Heung-min Son, the captain, celebrating with his home support. Rightly so, because that is one way to win a game. Right at the end with 30 seconds left on the clock. Great commentary, cheers. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed this commentary, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Next commentary is going to be tomorrow at 12 o'clock. It's Blackburn against Leicester in the Championship. One after that is going to be Newcastle against PSG on next Wednesday. But as I said, make sure you like and subscribe before you go. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it was 100% all the way through. Neither team gave up. 2 red cards for Liverpool. They nearly came away with a draw, but a Joel Matip 96th minute own goal gives Ange Postecoglou the win at home. It's 3 wins out of 3 at home in the league. They're unbeaten with 5 wins and 2 draws. They sit second in the table. And could this be the new start that Tottenham need? It ends here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 1, Tottenham 2, Liverpool 1.